starting to make good pace. But it's a withering pace, one that is really starting to wear on you, and you're starting to get stitches in your side as you're running. Jotun's sprinting like a man possessed and progresses forward. Genji, you notice the kind of mist starting to collect and roll around as you guys are stepping through it.
Is it causing resistance?
No, not resistance, but you are seeing that it's a little bit more obscured on your periphery, your sight lines, than it is going directly forward. You guys continue running as fast as you can, and you come to a point where there's a rise, and as you come up, the tree cover opens, and as you look out, you're starting to see, as the trees are opening and you're running to the rise, that there is a stone dais up at the top of the hill, and the cloaked figure is standing up there with his back to you guys and has grabbed something else and is walking towards the edge, and you see Jotun probably 20 feet ahead go up to meet the individual, and they start to speak to each other, and then their forms begin to almost like they're opposing each other, and you see them kind of grapple, and they move progressively closer and closer to the edge. You guys are running up there. I need athletics checks from everybody but him.
Is it time to cast? Is he close enough to cast a spell on him?
What spell? Depends on the range of the
He's
spell.
60 foot away.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Athletics checks?
Yeah.
18 for Glass, 12 for Valkyr.
Nice.
And
15.
10.
Oh yeah, you're good.
I want to cast two spells. Valkyr wants to cast Deafness on Jotun.
Okay.
And Glasman wants to cast Bless on Jotun, Genji, and Bronson.
Okay. So go ahead and put
Makes it immune to
on you.
sound-inducing enchantment.
You're blessed.
Is this appropriate background? Should we be...
No. This is just to make sure we keep it in mind. We're gonna do theater of mind for this. At this point.
You got it? And then you're deaf too. Give me my necklace.
All right. So move Jotun just for order of march.
Yep.
In front, Genji coming up next.
I'd move him up further, just because we got some room to stage this a little bit.
And so the rest of you guys are running up. Zendala has cast Fly on herself and is floating overhead. Roll a D percentile, Glass.
13.
Okay. So they are grappling with each other, and you see Jotun kind of trying to get leverage. Give me an athletics check.
You're blessed, by the way.
Nah, 20.
Oh!
Roll another
What's your flavor?
Give me that milk.
I got disappointed. Adjudicate.
Oopsie daisy.
So as you guys are approaching, you see Jotun lift up the individual who's roughly his exact same size, and goes and pitches the guy to throw him off of the cliff face. And as the guy goes to fall over, he reaches and grabs a leg and starts to pull. Jotun is teetering over the edge.
I'm still sprinting up.
Yeah, you guys are still sprinting up. So Glaz, Genji, and Bronson would be close enough to make a dexterity saving throw to try to catch Jotun before he goes over.
I'm going to do this at advantage.
I get advantage on dexterity saving throws, but it's only stuff that affects me, so I don't know if this is an actual... Well, it's any effect that I can see.
Jotun done
Any
messed
effect
up.
I can see.
You may not have caught it, Python, but we came across his
18.
brother's dead body
18?
laying in a road. 18 dex saving throw.
Yeah, that really just killed my
Oh wait, no.
skill
only 14.
challenge check to be able to grapple and wrestle.
I actually only have 14. Forgot it was a saving throw.
So 14.
18.
14.
Did you add you're blessed? Add a D6 to it.
Nah, D4.
D4.
D4. That's right.
Where are my dice? Yeah, so he found
Turned into a 17.
his brother had died sometime before, and somehow he ended up in this weird plane that we're in. And he saw his dead brother and he went charging up after this guy. So that's why he's where he is.
Okay, so what are the official rolls?
18.
15.
17.
Okay. So you guys all run up and are reaching out to grab Jotun, and your hands pass right through, and the three of you fall off the edge. And you all find yourselves in a free fall. You see you are lost in the mist as you're coming up, and you see exactly that scene play out, except for like you're standing off to the side as you're watching yourself wrestle with this hooded figure.
What?
And as you lift him up, you shake a bit, and a crown falls free, and then you lunge and throw, and the form looks back at you and says, "Brother." And then you see your friends pour over the cliff. What would you like to do?
Go back in time.
Where am I standing in relation, just like at the bottom?
You would have been like right off the side of the like here's the cliff face right here. You are wrestling your brother here. You pick him up and you toss him. He grabs a hold, and you're teetering on the edge, and the rest of them reach to grab. And whenever they're reaching to grab you, as your mirage is going over, they themselves tumble over and fall down.
Just call out into the darkness. I can't do anything, but like, they didn't deserve that. That should have been me. It wasn't the gauntlet that killed my brother. It was me. I threw him off the top. It was me. This cursed place has been the end of us, but they didn't deserve that.
Your familiar materializes behind you.
Whoa!
And hearing what you say, he says, "Jorgen was the keen eye, but I'm the one that should have seen this." And he says, "You get what you give," and he shoves you.
What?
Do I fall?
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
What is going on?
You're blessed.
Throw that D4. Might help. At least it's a 4.
12.
So you're falling yourself. And you hear the rush of air around your ears become deafening as you're falling. And as you're looking up, the face of your familiar has changed from less animalistic to it actually looks like your youngest brother. You're not sure how, you're not sure why he would look like that, and then you feel slap as you're in a pool of water. And we'll pick up from there after a dinner break.
Awesome. So how long are we thinking for dinner?
What do we have to eat?
I thought someone was buying taco party pack.
I could have, but nobody. It's gonna take like an hour to get here.
So we're having bagels.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay,
We'll figure something out.
we'll figure something out. 6:05.
Alright, so yeah, about 15 minutes. I'll put some highlights of our stream thus far on playing, so you guys can still hang tight, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes.
How are we gonna get dinner in 15 minutes? We're eating bagels?
You can get something.
Well, it might be longer than 15
I
minutes.
was gonna say, I'm like, what?
Alright, TBD. Mute us.
And overhead, you guys feel another buffeting, and the trees are kind of moving pretty rapidly.
That's the third time that's happening. So is that? Can I do a nature check to see if that conforms to any habits of any dragons that we have encountered in Kozukura?
Yeah, roll a nature check.
16.
So anything that flies typically is going to do it. At the scale, it's hard to say because you don't have these tall of trees, and you've had some pretty powerful wind gusts from some of the storms as they've been rolling through, coming into the valleys. It does seem rather odd. Instead of it being sustained, it's beat, 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 nothing.
Right.
Valkyr, I will take care of this. And Valkyr goes and starts
Bonfires.
walking up a tree all the way to the top to see what he can see at the top of the canopy.
Okay, so the trees here are about 120 feet tall.
Jesus.
So these are like big ass
Takes
bastards.
them a while to walk up.
Because they're, this is what you perceive could possibly be a waygate into the Feywild. And so this is considered a pretty holy site. And so there's a lot of energy here. So he starts crawling up, and you hear whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
And then.
Is that
This huge geyser of flame sprays down on this brontosaurus as it reeks out in pain. And out of nowhere, this giant red dragon comes down and just starts feasting on this cooked brontosaurus as the area around here is just engulfed in flames. And so you guys are looking through, that waving that you get out of heat coming up off the ground. And it is just this blast of fire. You feel it come across you, and some of these bodies that are up here close start to combust as the area is starting to darken and catch fire.
Hey, Morono-san, barbecue back on menu.
And Bronson goes, I told you lads to put on your dragon fighting pants!
Alright, so Genji
Has a fear of dragons.
and
Has a fear of lizards.
Valkyr both are paralyzed in fear based upon what has just descended down from the sky.
Before Valkyr gets paralyzed, though, he says in Draconic, I am Valkyr! And then freezes in fear.
You see the head of the giant serpentine form of the dragon look up. It appears I've got even more of a meal to feast upon. And he casts another breath, shooting out, and this whole area, a swath. Let me get the template out.
You got it.
And so he's going back and forth, and you hear this. You Hackenstone, if I catch you south of the Aldani Basin, I will add your bones to those of your sons that adorn my halls.
And Bronson goes, I'm gonna add my bone to your stupid ass, you big fuck!
Did Will wimp out and nerf dragon? No, DM will wimp out and nerf dragon. Why are you talking shit to our DM? Stop it!
Is that Dave?
Nah, he's TPK'd him before, if I recall correctly.
Did Dave say that?
Yeah.
Well, of course he did. He's got to ruin it for us, even though he's not here.
Yeah, that's okay. Valkyr's, the dragon's probably gonna swipe the tree as it flies off, and Valkyr's gonna fall 120 feet.
Dave, you're not here to make Valkyr useless, and he's still useless.
What if we lure it into the gate, and then we cut our wrist into the blood toilet? Will it open the portal to?
Well, I like this plan.
Alright, so Jotun Aegis. You have seen a cooked brontosaurus or a regular brontosaurus become a cooked one, as if it was an easy bake oven on crack. You were amazed at how quickly this dragon was able to guzzle, large portions to where like the quad in a single gulp. You see roughly something about a quarter of that quad on that dinosaur's size sprinting with one arm towards it, yelling at the top of its lungs, the cherry in his pipe boiling red as almost a metaphor for the rage that bubbles up.
And he's like a train. There's smoke coming out of the top as he goes.
You guys had heard Hugh.
Oh, give him 2.
You only have one at a time. You had heard Hugh talk about his party being consumed by this, and this is the first time you've heard reference that his children were part of those that were taken. And you see the father on a peg leg and a regular leg with one arm and basically a cleaver in his hand, with no regard to his own safety, sprinting as fast as he can at this giant beast. Jotun, what do you do?
Fuck. So seeing Hugh charging forward, Yo's gonna sit back and be like, finally, a challenge.
Oh, shit.
It's just looping.
Oh no.
So, you guys see Jotun pull for a knife that isn't there. And as he reaches down and starts coming up, it's almost as if it's like that poor, 1980s special effects where they literally just draw a line and then put the other film on the back end so it'll only show from here up. And it's like he's pulling this ice knife out of thin air. And as he goes back to throw this thing, you see the ice traveling and it encases his entire body as he's throwing. And so you think for this point that Jotun is made of ice, and for the next minute, you gain resistance to all damage.
Oh, wow.
Go wrestle them.
You run up and just grab him by the nostrils.
Does Ice Knife do something like disadvantage or something on his next attack or something like that?
No,
They're
that's-
chilled?
That's frostbite.
Frostbite, okay.
Ray of frost.
Ray of Frost!
Alright, draw a...
Make it a good one.
Good
Make
one.
it a good one.
Good one. Crit card, crit card, crit card. You get a drink too?
I did not yet.
We don't have a
We're out of
critical.
the
Jeez! So...
Just make it whatever you want.
Well, no, like this is like fits the narrative perfect. So you remember, growing up, seeing this hulking beast in front of you. Some of the many challenges is you often would punch outside of your weight class, we'll call it, and jump in the middle of everything. And your adrenaline is surging right now. You feel the weave as you go to tap into it, almost as like there's strings that are surrounding you, and you're almost plucking at a string, and some of them are thicker than others, and the one for the ice is a real fat one, and you hit it, and as you go to hit, the reverberation off of this magical being blasts out, and you're able to drink it in, and so you feel rejuvenated, and you regain a spell slot.
Oh, nice. That's a big deal.
And roll a d6.
This is so good.
2.
So you get a free level 2 spell to cast. As this aura has surged through you, one of the most OP turns
And that was
I've ever seen done, just because you guys buy a lot of cool shit.
You got damage resistance to everything for a minute, and you got 2 spells.
Yes.
Yeah.
This has been the Jotun hour.
Thanks,
The
everybody.
Jotun first action in combat. We still haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you moving at all?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like
originally
her feet.
I was gonna run towards the circle because I saw the sort of protective area, but I'll be like, the rest of you take cover. I'm gonna wrestle this shit, and I'm gonna run towards him.
13.
So,
That face.
a flaming searing piece of brisket is just launched and clears over you guys as you guys, do pretty much a squat thrust of just popping down, popping up. And this goes shooting over and hits the tree that Valkyr is in, splitting it. And Valkyr falls.
Of course he does.
It was a 15 DC.
Oh, yeah.
As the tree comes, and I need Valkyr to roll 6d6 falling damage.
Oh no!
Yeah, 60 feet up.
Oh, actually, wait. Is
He can mitigate like
Feather
10 feet.
Fall? Can I cast that
That's a reaction, actually.
as a reaction?
You can.
Yeah. So Zendala reaches out as Valkyr is falling, and you're hearing her sweet melodic tone, almost humming out. And she sings out, and Valkyr slowly glides to the ground, landing right here. The Brontosaurus at the... did I take that back? Where's that Brontosaurus at?
You set it down on your.
Oh, here it is. Brontosaurus is laying over here cooking at but you see the frozen tree limbs and leaves coming off still are frozen and embroiled in what looks kind of like a greenish white cloud as hailstone after hailstorm starts falling. You hear shattering and scattering of the ice all across the ground, and let's see how much.
Oh, yeah. Glaz flicks her cloak back and she says, "Come to me, you filthy fucking lizard."
Oh, nice! Bronson disappears from vision and is now invisible.
Ooh.
What the fuck?
It's-
So I can just walk away.
Well, that was Zendala's reaction to cast invisibility.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so I see myself turn invisible, right? So then I'll turn and run back to Zandala.
Okay, use your movement.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can get to there.
You see her just dropping down to a knee as her reaction. She's casted shield on herself.
I'm gonna put my free hand on Hugh, and I'm gonna do a circle in Leontine the eyes and cast Cure Wounds at level 1.
I mean,
And Zendala yells,
He's gonna heal.
"No!"
Why would you hold on to him?
And Hugh makes an attack.
gotta kill a dragon somehow.
Don't think we're killing the dragon.
First one hits, second one misses. Alright, so Hugh takes multiple slashes and is standing there with 13 hit points as the dragon begins to laugh, and you see him kind of rear his head back as he did before. He will see if he recharges his breath weapon. Okay. And he will first make a bite attack at Hugh. There's that D4. The bite attack hits. And with that, so he bites down on Hugh, and Hugh rends free, and he bites almost in the same spot where his old arm was, and you see him rip the wound back open as the ball joint of the shoulder that was still attached to him is ripped off. You see a torrent of blood pour forth, and the dragon moves to then claw. And that's a natural 20. So Hugh is scooped up by one of the claws, and you see Tender squeezing down, Hugh screaming and screaming and screaming until you hear nothing but almost like aluminum can crunching.
Oh.
Oh.
and he drops Hugh on the ground. Rears back for the breath weapon. And as you see fire collecting within the inside, I gotta roll with the damage. 72 points of damage. Completes her casting, and a green light shoots up from the circle, and that's where we'll pick up after our dinner break. And overhead, you guys feel another buffeting, and the trees are kind of moving pretty rapidly.
That's the third time that's happening. So is that? Can I do a nature check to see if that conforms to any habits of any dragons that we have encountered in Kozukura?
Yeah, roll a nature check.
16.
So anything that flies typically is going to do it. At the scale, it's hard to say because you don't have these tall of trees, and you've had some pretty powerful wind gusts from some of the storms as they've been rolling through, coming into the valleys. It does seem rather odd. Instead of it being sustained, it's beat, 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 nothing.
Right.
Valkor, I will take care.
And overhead, you guys feel another buffeting, and the trees are kind of moving pretty rapidly.
That's the third time that's happening. So is that? Can I do a nature check to see if that conforms to any habits of any dragons that we have encountered in Kozukura?
Yeah, roll a nature check.
16.
So anything that flies typically is going to do it. At the scale, it's hard to say because you don't have these tall of trees, and you've had some pretty powerful wind gusts from some of the storms as they've been rolling through, coming into the valleys. It does seem rather odd. Instead of it being sustained, it's beat, 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 nothing.
Right.
Valkor, I will take care of this. And Valkor goes and starts walking up
Bonfires.
the tree all the way to the top to see what he can see at the top of the canopy.
Okay, so the trees here are about 120 feet tall.
Jesus.
So these are like big ass
Takes them
bastards.
a while to walk up.
Because they're, this is what you perceive could possibly be a waygate into the Feywild. And so this is considered a pretty holy site. And so there's a lot of energy here. So he starts crawling up, and you hear whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
And then.
And then this huge geyser of flame sprays down on this brontosaurus as it reeks out in pain. And out of nowhere, this giant red dragon comes down and just starts feasting on this cooked brontosaurus as the area around here is just engulfed in flames, and so you guys are looking through, that waving that you get out of heat coming up off the ground, and it is just this blast of fire. You feel it come across you, and some of these bodies that are up here close start to combust as the area is starting to darken and catch fire.
Hey, Morono-san, barbecue back on menu.
And Bronson goes, I told you lads to put on your dragon fighting pants!
Alright, so Genji
Has a fear of dragons.
and
Has a fear of lizards.
Valker both are paralyzed in fear based upon what has just descended down from the sky.
Before Valkyr gets paralyzed, though, he says in Draconic, I am Valkyr! And then freezes in fear.
You see the head of the giant serpentine form of the dragon look up. It appears I've got even more of a meal to feast upon. And he casts another breath, shooting out, and this whole area, a swath. Let me get the template out. And so he's going back and forth, and you hear this. You Hackenstone. If I catch you south of the Aldani Basin, I will add your bones to those of your sons that adorn my halls.
And Bronson goes, I'm gonna add my bone to your stupid ass, you big fuck!
Did Will wimp out and nerf Dragon? No, DM will wimp out and nerf Dragon. Why are you talking shit to our DM? Stop it!
Is that Dave?
Nah, he's TPK'd him before, if I recall correctly.
Did Dave say that?
Yeah.
Oh, of course he did. He's got to ruin it for us, even though he's not here.
Yeah, that's okay. Valkyr's, the dragon's probably gonna swipe the tree as it flies off, and Valkyr's gonna fall 120 feet.
Dave, you're not here to make Valkyr useless, and he's still useless.
What if we lure it into the gate, and then we cut our wrist into the blood toilet? Will it open the portal to?
I like this plan.
Alright, so Jotun Aegis. You have seen a cooked brontosaurus, or a regular brontosaurus become a cooked one, as if it was an easy bake oven on crack. You were amazed at how quickly this dragon was able to guzzle, large portions to where the quad in a single gulp. You see roughly something about a quarter of that quad on that dinosaur's size sprinting with one arm towards it, yelling at the top of its lungs, the cherry in his pipe boiling red as almost a metaphor for the rage that bubbles up.
And he's like a train. There's smoke coming out of the top as he goes.
You guys had heard Hugh.
Oh, give him two.
You only have one at a time. You had heard Hugh talk about his party being consumed by this, and this is the first time you've heard reference that his children were part of those that were taken, and you see the father on a peg leg and a regular leg with one arm and basically a cleaver in his hand, with no regard to his own safety, sprinting as fast as he can at this giant beast. Jotun, what do you do?
Fuck.
So seeing Hugh charging forward, Yo's gonna sit back and be like, finally, a challenge.
Oh, shit.
It's just looping.
Oh no.
So, you guys see Jotun pull for a knife that isn't there. And as he reaches down and starts coming up, it's almost as if it's like that poor, like 1980s special effects where they literally just draw a line and then put the other film on the back end so it'll only show from here up. And it's like he's pulling this ice knife out of thin air. And as he goes back to throw this thing, you see the ice traveling and it encases his entire body as he's throwing. And so you think for this point that Jotun is made of ice, and for the next minute, you gain resistance to all damage.
Oh, wow.
Go wrestle them.
We run up and just grab him by the nostrils.
Does Ice Knife do something like disadvantage or something on his next attack or something like that?
They're
chilled?
That's frostbite.
Frostbite, okay.
Ray of frost.
Ray of Frost!
Alright, draw a...
Make it a good one.
Good
Make
one.
it a good one.
Good one. Crit card, crit card, crit card. You get a drink too?
I did not yet.
We don't have a
We're out of
critical.
the
Yeah, we're out of-
Jeez! So,
Just make it whatever you want.
well, no, like this is like fits the narrative perfect. So, you remember, growing up, seeing this hulking beast in front of you. Some of the many challenges is you often would punch outside of your weight class, we'll call it, and jump in the middle of everything. And your adrenaline is surging right now. You feel the weave as you go to tap into it, almost as like there's strings that are surrounding you, and you're almost plucking at a string. And some of them are thicker than others, and the one for the ice is a real fat one, and you hit it, and as you go to hit, the reverberation off of this magical being blasts out, and you're able to drink it in, and so you feel rejuvenated, and you regain a spell slot.
Oh, nice. That's a big deal.
And roll a d6.
This is so good.
2.
So you get a free level 2 spell to cast. As this aura has surged through you, one of the most OP turns
And that was
I've ever seen done, just because you guys buy a lot of cool shit.
You got damage resistance to everything for a minute, and you got 2 spells.
Yes.
Yeah.
This has been the Jotun hour.
Thanks,
The
everybody.
Jotun first action in combat. We still haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you moving at all?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like,
originally
can hurt me.
I was going to run towards the circle because I saw the sort of protective area, but I'll be like, the rest of you take cover. I'm going to wrestle this shit. And I'm going to run towards him.
13.
So,
That face.
a flaming, searing piece of brisket is just launched and clears over you guys as you guys, do pretty much a squat thrust of just popping down, popping up. And this goes shooting over and hits the tree that Valkyr is in, splitting it. And Valkyr falls.
Of course he does.
It was a 15 DC.
Oh, yeah.
As the tree comes, and I need Valkyr to roll 6d6 falling damage.
Oh no!
Yeah, 60 feet up.
Oh, actually, wait. Is
He can mitigate like
Featherfall? Can I cast that
That's a reaction, actually.
as a reaction?
You can.
Yeah. So Zendala reaches out as Valkyr is falling, and you're hearing her sweet melodic tone, almost humming out. And she sings out, and Valkyr slowly glides to the ground, landing right here. The Brontosaurus at the... did I take that back? Where's that Brontosaurus at?
You set it down on your.
Oh, here it is. Brontosaurus is laying over here cooking but you see the frozen tree limbs and leaves coming off still are frozen and embroiled in what looks kind of like a greenish white cloud as hailstone after hailstorm starts falling. You hear shattering and scattering of the ice all across the ground, and let's see how much.
Oh, yeah. Glaz flicks her cloak back and she says, "Come to me, you filthy fucking lizard."
Oh, nice! Bronson disappears from vision and is now invisible.
Ooh.
What the fuck?
This-
So I can just walk away.
Well, that was Indal's reaction to cast invisibility.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so I see myself turn invisible, right? So then I'll turn and run back to Zandala.
Okay, use your movement.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can get to there.
You see her just dropping down to a knee as her reaction. She's casted shield on herself.
I'm gonna put my free hand on Hugh, and I'm gonna do a circle and Leon in the eyes and cast Cure Wounds at level 1.
I mean,
And Zandala yells,
Damn it, Hugh.
"No!"
Why would you hold on to him?
And Hugh makes an attack.
gotta kill a dragon somehow.
Don't think we're killing the dragon.
First one hits, second one misses. Alright, so Hugh takes multiple slashes and is standing there with 13 hit points as the dragon begins to laugh, and you see him kind of rear his head back as he did before. He will see if he recharges his breath weapon. Okay. And he will first make a bite attack at Hugh. There's that D4. The bite attack hits. And with that, so he bites down on Hugh, and Hugh rends free, and he bites almost in the same spot where his old arm was, and you see him rip the wound back open as the ball joint of the shoulder that was still attached to him is ripped off. You see a torrent of blood pour forth, and the dragon moves to then claw. And that's a natural 20. So Hugh is scooped up by one of the claws, and you see Tender squeezing down, Hugh screaming and screaming and screaming until you hear nothing, but almost like aluminum can crunching.
Oh.
And he drops Hugh on the ground. Rears back for the breath weapon. And as you see fire collecting within the inside, I gotta roll with the deal. 72 points of All right, so welcome back from intermission. You've got some loco dudes that are full of Doritos Locos Tacos. So any type of, off-camera grumbling you hear or people doubled over, it's just the result of the Waygate coming from the material plane to the Feywild.
Got the mud butt.
In our stomachs.
Yeah. So where we left off, Jotun has been forced to confront an occurrence whenever he was going through the gauntlet, in which he had to face the circumstances of how he was able to become the champion. It also appears that there's something up with his familiar, who seems to have intimate knowledge of him, and was surprised at the revelations from the vision that was shown. You guys have fallen over the edge of the cliff into the Lake of Dreams. Your ears are overwhelmed with the rushing sound as you're falling and falling and falling. You end up plunging into the water, and it rips you from the vision that you were having. And sure enough, you're wet. You are struggling to breathe as you sink with the weight of your equipment slowly and steadily deeper towards the bottom. As you survey the land out in front of you, you can see that there are ruins all over on the ground as you guys are falling deeper and deeper. It seems like there was an old civilization here that, like Atlantis, had fabled fallen underneath the surface of the water. You do know that the Feydark is similar to the Underdark, and I think a very substantial pit in Glasmalin's stomach really starts surfacing as she has spent the most time out of anybody in the party going through the Underdark and understands kind of what you guys are up against. For casters, you do know that casting spells requires air. Anything that has a verbal component to it is going to expend air in order to do so. Standard rules apply for you can hold your breath for the number of rounds. That is your constitution score. So if you have a con score of 10, you have 10 rounds to be able to go through and do this before you start making saving throws to not drown. Also, as you take damage, know that can knock air from you if you can't concentrate on holding your breath. So with that, the first members of the party that fell in were the more athletic that had run up to try to save Jotun before falling over. You guys splash in. You're starting to sink down. You can see, what's left of this city. And at the far side of this specific area, near a large sinkhole into some kind of a void, you see the multiple chimneys reminiscent of a blacksmith shop. As you're sinking down, you hear another splash as Volker falls in. And then finally, Jotun comes in with a very graceful drop in by Zendala. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Boy.
Point of clarification. How long would my bless still be active, or has enough time passed since it's expired?
Bless is a minute.
A minute.
You would still have bless
Okay.
on.
So it'll be
We'll say there'll be another 3 rounds of it.
Okay. So Genji,
Oh, thank God.
Bronson,
What are those on?
and
Do we have an idea how Like the distance between us, or like how deep we are.
So each one of those squares on this is 5, so I think that's 90.
Okay.
80. Thank you, sweetie. So you at the top are 80 feet from the base. You've been sinking for approximately, we'll say it's about 200 feet below the surface.
Okay. Jeez.
But I think the force from your hitting has kind of dropped us to here to where we'll start this as the net new
Oh, I like that.
net new bit of water.
Zinfis did say that Zindala had a crown or something to assist us in breathing underwater.
Right.
So we're not 100%
Put that in
out.
front of you so you remember.
I like that.
It smells like poop.
Oh no, you are completely correct.
I think there's a poopy diaper around here.
Not the Taco Bell.
Not yet.
For once,
Not
yeah.
yet. No, maybe in a couple hours. Or tomorrow morning.
So we have like a bubble around each of our heads with like so much air in it.
So that's what dirty diapers smell like.
Get used to it.
Yeah. I can't wait.
The good news is they only do it for the first like 3 years.
Yeah. And then when they poop their pants, it's just they're pooping into fabric at that point, so it's even worse.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
And when it rolls down the back of their legs,
Just spray it off in the shower.
Yeah. That's a good idea, actually.
although the footprints of the
Just throw them in
shower.
the pool.
Yeah, you just waffle stomp it down through the grate.
Oh god.
It's just poop.
Little verb.
It's just poop, Dan.
The other thing too you get used to is having pink eye.
It always smells.
One of the guys on my team was like, the first year working for me. He was like, "You've had pink eye more than anybody I know." I was like, "I have 4 kids."
Yeah. That's all they do. It's just one
No, that
constant-
just means that you and the missus are steadily doing
So
stuff
we're
if you
going
have
into
that
the,
many
we're going
kids.
into the water, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Changing the topic.
So as
We're going
you
into the water
guys
where the topics are different.
as you guys are floating to the base, down, your equipment's pulling you down. So you're falling, relatively rapidly. Anytime you move, it is going to require an athletics check to swim. And depending upon where currents are at and that kind of stuff is how that's going to affect you.
You said less challenging.
Technically,
Where
you did
you
say
been?
that today.
Yeah. It's like a year ago. I also never said more. I said
You-
combat should be challenging,
Yeah.
which I stand by.
All right.
Not deadly. Challenging.
So you guys are coming down. Let's go ahead and roll an initiative, please.
are we? We're submerged. I want to be clear about that. All of us are submerged at this point. Okay.
Well, we fell off a cliff in the water. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, those are great numbers.
Jotun.
11.
This is initiative we're reporting?
Yep. Uh huh.
13.
Genji, 13. All right. Bronson.
These background sounds are so good.
So
best.
realistic.
20.
Wow.
18 plus 2, 20. Turning things around here.
Glass.
2 plus 0, 2.
0 plus 2,
Falker.
14.
10 plus 3 is 13.
I thought his initiative was a +5.
No, it's plus 3. Is there
Yeah.
some additional bonus?
Features and traits?
We would add it.
You're right.
It would still show up in the initiative bonus window.
Yeah.
And Genji.
13.
Okay, I got that. Boom, boom, boom.
Huh. Maybe he done lied.
You know, Dave's cheating again, eh?
All right.
That's my favorite clip.
We all could talk to him. He's speaking. Oh my god.
What, the expertise thing on there? I saw that.
No, his sorceress background.
Gets double proficiency.
double proficiency bonus with charisma involving dragons. Tendai and Valka, please don't attack us.
Oh,
That never happened.
That did he?
Well, yeah, I'd known he was part
I
dragon.
can't sleep on the dragon. Stop it, Dave.
You know,
Dave!
He is dead to me. So
We thought it would be a really good idea to just hack and slash at the dragon. Nobody bothered talking to him. So.
That's fair.
that is accurate. All right. So we see Bronson is the first to act.
So we just plunged into the water, right? Like we're all plunging into the water next to one another.
Mm-hmm.
And how far is the surface up, and how far is the ground down? As far as I'm able to tell.
So for you, the ground is 30 feet.
30 feet down,
And
how
then
far above the
it's
surface?
about 170 feet to the top.
What? That's crazy.
Better
Yeah.
learn how to breathe underwater.
So meta speak.
Whoa!
What? Like,
Where
obviously
did-
I'm gonna go to the surface.
Where did Dan go?
What happened to
Where'd
Dan?
Dan go?
All right, so Bronson's gonna take off his pack and then go for the surface.
Okay.
Yeah, that's insane. So how far up can I get in a turn?
So you move at half speed in water.
What?
Yeah, unless you have the underwater or the swimming feet,
So
where you can move your full speed.
I can move 15 feet.
Well,
at
you
a
could
time.
dash,
Yeah, so 30 feet.
so you could go 30 feet. You just wouldn't
It's
have any action.
170.
That's why I like 6 rounds. Your
I
con
don't
score is
know.
at least
I don't
6.
understand.
You got like 8 or 10 to hold.
And I don't move faster to after I remove my pack. It's no different. All right, so I'll leave my pack on. I do nothing. I have no idea. Pass turn.
All right,
That's insane.
Genji.
I will look to see if I can see Zendala from where I am.
Yeah, you look up and you can see her.
Oh, cool. So I'll swim up towards her.
Are you dashing?
Sure. So I can go 40. All right. So 1, 2. Oh, I'm in that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So you can only go 20, right? Because you're at half speed.
What? That's if I dash. So I can get the right here. I'm just gonna set myself right there. Just.
Okay.
I'm really gonna be like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my action. That's my
Yeah,
action.
yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Volker.
Volker is going to.
Need to reset y'all's hit points.
Oh, it does. Okay. Okay, if it says V, then there's a verbal component.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
See, I feel like the message, the verbal component, is the thing you're saying in your head, but whatever.
You have to bring about the magic. It's
To
not
make
just
it-
pulling a
yeah.
wire.
Yeah, Valkyrie's gonna swim up. He's gonna dash.
Oh, he's just gonna swim. Oh yeah, dash 30 feet up here.
Yeah, you have to whisper the message.
And then point at Zendala, and then do this with his hands.
It's a really good pantomime. Roll a performance check.
That's Blossom.
Give me some sweet, sweet sugar juice.
Oh, you don't want to give him some of the hop face?
No, I'll have some sweet, sweet sugar juice.
Okay.
That's a natural 20 plus his performance modifier of 11. That's a 31.
Wow. So the water clears around him, and then he rides a motorcycle around the inside of that.
That's
And then
so-
two more
Circus
motorcycles
yeah.
driven by bears coming around.
That's exactly right.
No, by mermen.
Yeah. Well, it's really hairy merman.
Merbears?
Merbears.
Bears. What about some of that like Mon Calamari Star Wars dance?
Sure.
Stuff?
Yes, that is. That's for real.
Not from a Jedi.
Not from a Jedi.
So,
So yeah, it's communicated to her.
Oh god.
I can smell that all the way.
Are you
up.
activated?
Getting activated.
Getting
I like it.
activated by
I
proxy.
can
right?
absolutely.
Activated by proxy. Oh no.
Pass this back to the
I would
keeper.
happily get it away from you.
Secondhand activation.
That's a great band name.
Yeah.
Why isn't that y'all's group name? Secondhand
I
activation.
still think Fae Fighters is pretty good.
Fae Fighters is pretty good.
I think
We're
we
not
should have a
actually
lot.
fighting the Fae.
Yeah, but you can be fighters of the Fae.
Fair. Fair.
What if we were the murderers at Valkyr?
Well, we gotta live up to that.
Yeah,
And then yes,
you'd have to earn that.
That was all Valkyr did was dash.
Okay. Jotun.
Pantomime.
Dashed and pantomime.
I'm gonna try this. So, what I'd like to try is cast Shape Water, which doesn't require a verbal component, just somatic. But to freeze the water underneath Bronson, like in a 5-foot cube.
Okay.
So my thought is that the density would make it rise to the top, and that might help him
Cream of the crop.
rise. But
Okay.
that's what I'm gonna try. That's my intent.
Okay.
So I cast Shape Water.
Roll a Arcana or Intelligence check.
Arcana is
You're blessed.
Yeah,
You're
roll
blessed.
D4.
16 plus 3 is 19.
So you get almost like an ice wing that you make. So if you think about like the little scooters and stuff that you see people ride around in, like the UDT guys and stuff like that, you make that out of ice underneath him, and you find yourself pretty much being able to cut through the water relatively easy.
Like Iceman.
You roll a d6,
More like Aquaman.
and that's how many rounds you have before the temperature of the water. 2. So you have 2 rounds to move at full speed.
All right.
Any other?
I'm gonna stay where I'm at. I'm just gonna see what Zendala's gonna do.
Okay. So the creatures down there are just shambling about. They don't seem to have noticed you yet. Zendala reaches into pockets that she doesn't really have because she's so scantily clad, but reaches into her cloak and pulls out this circlet that she puts on, and very delicate in how it's going. It's a very thin wire that goes around, but there are leaves that come off of it, and it meets up into what looks almost like a cloud, and jewels shimmer down from this as it looks like it's raining down on it. She goes into a deep concentration, so put a ring on her for that.
That's right.
And
You hear Bronson.
she casts water breathing on the party.
Oh!
And you guys feel like as you're starting to get that pressure in your chest where there's a slight amount of panic, and you see how far you've sunk in from the massive fall that you've taken into the Lake of Dreams. You feel like a movement in your throat and into your chest, and in this moment you start pulling in water into your throat, and it feels like it's something you should absolutely not do, but then you start getting like sustenance of oxygen as you start pulling it in, and so you start being able to respirate all of this water, and Valkyr starts kind of voicing out at you guys. Where'd he go?
He's at the top. I
Oh, okay,
at the
there he
top.
is. And like you start to feel a little bit of warm water, warmer than normal around, and you see Valkyr like trying to swim away from it so he doesn't breathe his own piss.
Wow.
Yeah. So she's gonna continue to sink down.
so he doesn't breathe his own piss.
Unbelievable.
That's the first song of our.
Of the Fey Fighters.
Yeah, don't drink your own piss in the
Don't
water.
bring your own bills.
All right, Glass.
Being able to breathe. Just to clarify, that will allow us to do verbal components and cast spells.
Mhm.
Fantastic. And I see this assortment of. Is there enough light in this water for me to see the undead, or how far out can I see?
So you can see 60.
Okay. So I see the general shape of the building, but I don't see any creatures in that area.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm going to, just swim at an angle of.
One more time.
Thank you.
Kind of Murloc-ish.
All right. We like an excuse to do that.
So.
Can I get an athletics check for swimming?
10, yep. 15.
Can I get a witness?
20. 25. Should be dashing.
Okay.
Athletics check.
Oh, baby.
Matt 20. Sweet, sweet sugar juice.
Oh, baby, you.
Got what I need. Why couldn't I have rolled those when we were fighting against the stupid? Well, I guess we don't want to kill the troll, so we probably want to go make peace with the dandy daddy, but
Dandy Daddy.
Still the worst nickname.
Dave might come into play.
Daddy
so-
Dandy with all the candy.
Lord.
Yes!
This is all your fault.
Thank you.
So that's two, so now that's it.
That's a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Right there. Danny Danny with all the candy.
No, it's not.
What was your
That
athletics
is such
check?
a t-shirt.
No, it's
No,
natural
20.
20.
Yeah,
Yeah, natural 20 plus 2, I think.
There
Daddy
you go.
Dandy with all
Yeah, plus
the
2,
candy.
22 total. So
Gotta pick 6 sheep.
That's our turn.
for next time.
Yeah, we do.
I'll put it in the t-shirt channel, but I'm not happy about it.
All right. So Glass.
He's cool with the
has
German
gone.
potatoes t-shirt, but Daddy Dandy, like,
Was
that really
I?
bothers him.
I think you were.
I think you were.
I think you guys are putting German potatoes in my mouth.
I would love to. Speaking of
that
Bronson,
will give you pink eye.
your turn.
Pink eye thinks at
You
least
get pink
concerned
mouth.
with that.
Or brown mouth. Hey, you playing D&D?
Yeah, I was adding to the t-shirt channel. Did you say Bronson?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ride my my ice surfboard to nearest companions and grab both of them by their clothing and bring them along up to the furthest companions, Zandala and company at the top.
Okay.
That is my attempt at what Bronson would
Make
like to do.
a athletics check.
Athletics.
So you're pulling people up.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's a 24.
How about you do?
Okay. So yeah, you're able to grab Genji and Zandala, and you can move them up if they're willing.
So I'm basically just 10 feet under the top tier already.
Yeah.
So I'm already.
So I just want to get us all together so we can all ride this thing to wherever we're going.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Get us all together so we all move fast, you know?
Because going slow's for losers.
Yep.
So yeah, I grab them.
Glaz looks up at you.
Can we all fit on a 5-foot cube, I guess?
Well, we're all holding on to it. You know, we don't all need to stand on it next to each other. Since we're all underwater, anybody holding hands and grabbing each other's clothes is all kind of traveling along together, is how I figured it's working. So, yeah, I ride that thing upward, grab friends on the way up and get everybody together and go, nice job, big lead on the ice, yeah, all that. Yeah.
No, I'm just doing that as you're speaking, so it's a little bit water distorted.
On the ice puck, so we can all travel together. What the hell's the
Thank you
goddamn
very
plan?
much, Bronson, for bringing me down here.
That's right. That's right.
You guys not want to do that the entire rest of the night? No?
I don't know. How do I
We should finish this encounter as quick as
I'm time stepping myself.
It's good. Yeah, well deserved.
Oh my god, we're so stupid.
Who's up after Bronson? Okay. Genji.
Genji. Stealth assassin.
Yeah. I am not Shidobi. Alright, let's see. What? So, was your intent to bring, like, the ice plane?
Yes, that's correct, yeah.
Okay, but we only have one more round of it.
Correct.
So I will.
We could renew it, perhaps.
I'll just hang on to it and
Yeah, you can steer us with it.
wait for Buddha. And then maybe it's like an assisted athletics check.
That's why I brought it over to us. You know?
Yeah, let's do that.
I also don't know if it makes us travel faster in any direction or only upwards. I think that was kind of the idea, is that it's trying to float up to the top.
Yeah, we'll give it a
So I just
shot.
grabbed it, yeah.
See what happens.
DM
1
Fiat.
second.
Depends on the density of water in the Feywild, but
It also depends on the flexibility of the dungeon master.
Does it
Or the
depend
shape
on,
of it.
Does it depend on the shape of water
Yeah.
in the Feywild?
Oh, stop it.
You mean that underwater bee porn movie?
I didn't watch it, so I couldn't tell you anything about the concept.
Guillermo del Porno.
Alright, so you had, and I apologize for popping out on that. It was, I had to chastise Dave.
Did he finally respond back?
I really did.
Did he give you the information?
No. He's like, still driving.
Dave has been excommunicated.
Alright, so you're going to wait till the next turn to then propel everybody on the ice blade at a expedited pace.
Sure. I mean, the only thing that Bronson did was grab friends and then surf this thing up to his other friends and get them all together and say, thanks for this nice work. We can move a little bit faster while this thing persists. That's it.
Okay.
So it's presumably under and in around all of us. We're kind of like in this array with this big 5x5 thing between all of us that we all either have a foot on or a hand on as we all hold on to each other. So anybody could be like, well, let's go, and pull us in a direction that they wanted to. Is how I envisioned it.
Yeah, the proper athletics check will say that if you surpass the DC or wherever you roll is how many people could simultaneously go on it.
Let's do something.
All right, so Genji.
Do something with it.
Would you like me to start moving with the... Okay, yeah, we'll start moving. Are we heading down towards these walking zombie slow walker?
No
Well,
idea.
the building. We don't know those people are there yet.
Okay, so we'll start angling down towards the building then. So what I might do then is just move this forward and move this down a level. Is that cool? Okay.
Do we know what we're doing?
You went really far.
We don't.
We're looking for Moonblade.
Okay, well, I can move back
Moon,
there.
a piece
So
of the moon.
athletics check before you go.
Oh. At advantage?
Why?
Because there's other people helping me?
No.
Oh, come on.
You are blessed.
22. And then I will bless myself. So make that a 24.
Okay.
So what about, you think right about here? It moves
Yeah,
down
that
a level?
works.
Okay.
And so, since your natural tendency is to sink because of the weight, it helped.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
no.
You totally broke Bronson.
I did. Shoot, I
man.
am sorry about that.
That sucks.
A little bit of glue will solve the problem.
Sad day.
Can't tell you how many minis I've broken.
We'll just leave him one-armed, huh? That sucks.
Is it the arm? Oh, shoot.
Arm
Broken
it.
two places. Shoot, yeah, I'll go ahead and paint it. I can just rebuy the mini for you, too.
But I'll add goggles this time.
Yeah, do that.
Damn, that sucks.
That's my bad.
Game over.
Literally unplayable.
That super sucks.
It's okay, buddy.
That's about 7 hours.
I know, yeah.
Oh, no.
All right.
Well, now what?
Yeah. They fall more than 6 feet. It's a concussion risk. So that was just being true to life.
Shit.
All right. Yeah, Volker's turn.
Valkyr swims up to Bronson and tries to heal his missing hand.
Actually, do you have any glue on you? I'll just fix it right now.
You can fix
You can
it.
try.
Dude, I've broken so many 40k minis.
So, same thing.
Kitchen table.
Yeah, a little dab, you get the hand and the weapon right back on.
Yeah.
Not even a problem. We'll dab, we'll
And
dab.
then you're going to have the fucking glue crease, and then it's going to crust and white over, and you're going to blend that shit.
You look okay. Okay. Valkyr is going to also grab the group and swim them down. So, as best as he can.
Okay. Athletics check.
Oops. It's a 4.
It's a 4.
So yeah, he wouldn't be able to drag everybody there. So you can either move him with it.
You can move independently. It's not so bad.
Well, I would think that he would try so that maybe even if he dashes, he can only go half speed or something because he tried to pull them. He was trying to pull them and he failed. I don't know. But he's going to, I guess, go down as much as he can. So he goes down halfway.
Yeah,
Is this the correct?
that'll work. Yeah, should work. Just get Lee Bronson and just do his weapon in his hand, and then give that time to cure before we put everything else back together.
Okay. That's all Valkyrie's going to do.
Okay. Jotun.
The gift. I'm gonna try and move this group, I suppose. It's an athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 19.
Okay. Yeah, you can move him.
Okay.
You can move them.
I think I'm gonna get everyone down a level and just meet up with Velker.
The water sounds pretty good.
It's too much.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Just run down a level here.
And for stability's purposes, we can actually...
As they would say in anime.
Oh no.
That's not gonna come up.
Isn't that anime?
It's something they...
I think that's hentai.
Tentacle board. Just wait till we get to that level.
Oh no, that level.
We're really close, I think.
We're pretty close, yeah.
Do we see these shambling fellows?
60 feet out. Yeah, you would see those two. They're there on the ground.
Do they look similar to the ones we saw floating along the river at all?
No. These look to be dressed completely different. More akin to the fine silk vestments that the partygoers were wearing at the orgy that you all attended, even though you may not have partaken. Chocolate mouth.
Damn it, is that my new name?
Jotun Chocolate Mouth Aegis.
That's not it.
The chocolate gift.
That is terrible.
Time, sir. It's pretty amazing. So, yeah, you can see them down there. They look as if they've been here for a long time. So think about like the Dead Marshes and Lord of the Rings. How instead of them being in their battle garb, they're in civilian dress, and most of them are pretty decently decomposed.
How is the temperature of the water?
Water feels cold.
Okay.
We're
Except for right around Valkyr, right?
Except for this patch right about here.
It happens to be chlorinated, so there's a purple cloud around the green cloud.
The urinator!
Pretty good. So I'll point out the shamblers in case anyone hadn't noticed. I'm guessing I don't have the best perception, so. But I think that's my turn because that's a dash, right, to get down that far.
Okay. Zendala is going to maintain concentration on the water breathing.
Oh, that's important.
Yep. Keep all damage away from Zendala.
Yep.
All right.
It means no casting fly or anything else for her either.
Yeah.
That's a concentration-based spell?
It's the artifact that they gave her. Makes water breathing concentration.
Well, I mean, what's everybody's con score? It's not below 10, right? So even if it gets interrupted...
We have 17-ish rounds.
If you interrupt, you have water in your lungs.
Oh, come on.
Oh. We should just leave. I'm not kidding.
No,
We should just
there's
get
nothing
out of here.
beneficial other than like the fragment of the moon and the salty dagger down here. I mean,
Can Chunky Rice get in on this game? I think it'd be a huge asset. Is that your turtle?
Yeah. That's Mandy's
Rice?
turtle. Yeah.
The name of the turtle is Chunky Rice?
It's pretty cute.
Oh, Chunky Rice.
All right. So Zendala continues to, for her movement, go ahead and float her down to the base. She's not making any forward progress.
Is that a Dick Dale song?
Everybody make a perception check.
16.
10 for Glass. 15 for Valk.
21.
8.
So, Glaz, you think just out of sight, maybe, behind you in the kelp that continues kind of off over in here, that you may have sensed some kind of movement.
Okay.
For you guys up there, you see a huge hole that goes further down, and you think that could be down into the greater Feydark.
So what you're saying there's a hole in the bottom of the sea. Is there a
Oh,
log in the hole? In the
Not
bottom
yet.
of the sea? Okay.
Why do you say that?
I just feel it. It's what's happening.
50 follow-up questions.
Yeah. Is there a frog in the log in the hole at the bottom of the sea?
Your turn, Glass.
Yeah, dashing forward.
Give me an athletics check.
Yeah. 17.
Yeah. So you can
It
dash
was. It
forward.
went like this. It went. Slid into the 15 from the 1. All right, dashing forward. So 30 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I'm going to the best of my ability, yell at my party. There's something back there.
You sound like you guzzle often. That was a really good impression.
Thanks.
And
Oh my.
sure enough,
Oh my.
I was just sure you had another, because you've been so busy painting. I was just sure you had another giant, like, well-crafted painted mini to come out of the giant hole and like.
Now you're gonna make Lee feel
Live
bad if he
style.
doesn't.
Zombie submarine.
But he might.
Oh look, it's Merfolk Tribal.
That's terrible.
Oh, deeper waters! Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, the worst.
so
Seafloor
2
Oracle.
more zombies.
The tap everything, see if we roll.
Yeah.
Is that the one? That's draw
Oh,
a
that's
card.
Tempest Color is.
Yeah.
Steve Rourke was everything that hits. You draw a card.
Yeah.
Things the worst. Merfolk Trouble.
It's Merfolk.
All right, so they have rolled in, and you know for a fact at least these two, based upon their pursuit vector, most likely know that there are warm-blooded creatures that are coming down. Anything else, Glass? Outside of that incidental?
No, I mean she used her action to dash, and now she is going to use her bonus action to cast. So she points her hand towards in this direction here and says, "Oh, and
You're
casts
way too good at
Do
that.
we understand any of that?
I don't
No,
know.
out of game. Do we understand
No.
any of that?
Okay.
No.
Cast
checking.
spiritual weapon. And it's
Underwater Latin is really hard to parse.
it's Scots Gaelic, but it's fine. It's underwater Scots
It
Gaelic.
sounds the same.
It does.
Oh, Bronson's back.
There you go. What'd you get here? 9.
Okay.
9.
So that's her turn.
9 hits.
Oh.
Oh, they're zombies. I mean.
Okay. Wow. 9 damage.
Splat.
Curse Black.
That too.
Ooh, that thing is hurt.
Indeed.
I like it. Which
That's
one
all
did you
that's
get?
going to do. This one here.
Oh, with the yeah.
Spiritual weapon. It's a weapon that's very spiritual.
All right. So that zombie that's laying on its back sits up, and you want to move it 4 spaces towards Glaz. And then this one. Let's go 1, 2, 3.
Is that aquarium furniture?
4. Furniture? No.
Plants?
No, this is Feywild underwater kelp.
Okay.
It's so good.
You can only buy it at the Feywild terrain store.
That's right.
Right. It's right next to the aquarium.
You
PetSmart.
actually get it at Fayever 21.
PetSmart.
No,
I didn't even hear this.
I'll take mine.
damn it.
Number 21.
Oh, Faye over 20.
It's pretty good. Did you have something else?
It was buckle, but it's just buckle. Like I thought it was buckle and something else.
Oh,
It's
like the buckle.
yeah,
right?
yeah. So Fey buckle doesn't really work.
No, you get out of here. Fayever 21 forever.
All right, top of round 3, the ice melts into
If
nothing.
it's top around 3, the bless also disappears.
At the end of this turn.
Okay. Okay.
All right, then zombie 2. So the guy in the bowling shirt is going to move towards Zandala.
Steve Buscemi over here.
Remember how many times his mustache was spun?
Damn it, Donnie! Life does not start and stop at your convenience.
You're out of your element.
Oh, give me the hot face.
Oh, hot face, hot face.
There's Purple Great Match number 3 right there.
Oh, that'd be good.
That'd be good, he says.
You're using that word. I don't think it means what you think.
Yeah.
Inconceivable that somebody wouldn't love this.
Said we were watching my wife was playing Kingdom Hearts 3 today.
Hey, do you want to smell this?
No. The dinosaur from Toy Story started talking, and she was like, "Is that the inconceivable guy?"
Yes.
Wallace
That's
Shaw.
awesome.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is that his name? No. He will forever be the inconceivable guy.
Inconceivable.
Most guys are stuck being a character actor. He's stuck being a phrase.
All right, Nord Games. What do we have in store for this zombie?
Damn it.
Everybody's thinking it.
Ooh, a negative D4 penalty to the next attack roll.
All right.
It is cramped.
This guy.
It's experiencing
sense.
cramps.
Yeah. They
Alright.
must have descended or ascended too quickly underwater.
He probably ate lunch
got the
right
bends.
before going swimming.
He did wait 30 minutes. He got away 30 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
Mom always said.
That ham sandwich, man.
That ham sandwich man dang will tell you
You can
what.
still see it inside.
So Bronson's going to attempt to swim down to the nearest zombie and smack him in the face.
This would be the one down below.
Is there one I can reach?
To Zandala.
Oh.
No, you'd have to dash to it.
Are we talking about the zombie that's about to smack the girl that's using the concentration spell that's keeping us alive right now?
Yeah, so I'll get as close to her as I can.
I just want to make sure we're talking about the same zombie. Is that the zombie we're talking about?
But yeah, that's all I can do.
Yeah, so roll an athletics check to swim.
12.
Yeah, so you're able to swim there, and you're about half disarming with your approach.
Okay.
Thanks to 10.
I've successfully completed the first step of the surgery.
Yeah.
Nice.
As soon as combat's over, I'll fix it there.
All right.
But yeah, that's all I can do, right? That's my action.
4 for the purple blonde zombie towards Glass. Oh, over here. Closest to Dane. Thank you. Genji.
Oh. I guess I'll move down next to that zombie too.
Okay.
What do I need to do? Is that an athletics check still?
Yes.
So
Yeah, you're good.
26 plus 3 is 29. Is that too far to attack in one turn?
Yes, it is. So Bronson and Genji both land, and the soil kind of kicks out as their forms slam into the ocean floor or the lake bed.
So
The zombie.
I just watched Thunderball. Can I pull like his goggles off?
No. Drown immediately.
Hit him with a dart gun.
All right. Valker. Assuming you have no bonus actions.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, Volker, seeing the zombie so close to our friend Zandala, he is going to
He's gonna cast sleep on the zombies.
I was waiting.
Volker looks around the assembled undead and thinks to himself, "Undead must have sleep cast upon them." Ah! No, he's going to cast Firebolt at the zombie that's in front of Zandala. It is a +8 attack.
So don't roll a 1.
It's 11.
That hits.
Nice. 2d10 damage. Does 9 damage.
Okay.
And then for a bonus action, he looks at Zandala and he says, "Are you not inspired?" All right. And puts Bardic Inspiration on her.
Okay.
And then that's his turn.
Pretty good.
All right. Jotun. Actually, roll an Arcana check for Valker.
14. 13.
13. Valker feels as if he really had to concentrate hard to maintain a fire-based spell in the water.
Yeah.
As an incidental, Valker knows fire and water don't mix.
I was gonna say, what does he become now?
Muffins at the end.
Fat Albert underwater.
Yeah.
I know the fire and the water, fire and purity. Yeah.
All right. So Jotun, sorry.
Let's see. I think I'm gonna double up on this bowling shirt guy, because that's one cold ass honky. And cast frostbite on him.
What is going on?
Oh, actually, he's gotta make a save. I'm sorry. Con save 14.
Oh yeah. Zombies, for not being very adept with their hands, are extremely hearty.
So take half would be 3.
3.
If you're rich, you just buy the prone version of everyone too. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Just switch them out when they go prone.
It's also about the cost of miniature and about paying them.
Yeah.
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 I think that's my turn. I'm gonna see where I'm at.
Good to go. All right. So no movement for them.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's all spread out, so it's not so hard to
Only
paint
one
too.
flask? Yeah. What's another hit?
Nothing, because I don't want Lee to have to paint everything.
Dude,
Look at how
just
bad this is.
do whatever you got to do.
I mean, he had 2 flasks. I feel like
He did have 2 flasks in one scene
You
tonight.
gotta stay true to character.
But I could also put like acid vial, 2 daggers, bear trap.
They don't allow you to put that much shit on.
Like everything he's ever used, just paste onto every part of him.
2 shields.
Oh,
You could get the
fucking
STL
valid.
and then.
Yeah, that's what I did last time. Like Dave printed.
Well,
it.
no. I'm talking like have somebody alter the STL to have all these things on, and then fuck off immediately.
If only we had a friend who dealt in 3D printing and modeling that could help us with, projects like this involving terrain of the Imperial variety.
Or maybe that said friend could deliver a paid-for printer to a customer so that person could begin to help
You buy a printer from some arbitrary company that shall not be named. And still haven't received
rhymes with Simperial for rain. Yeah.
So you see her reach again into this mysterious pocket in her cloak, and she pulls out a diamond, holds it in her hand, and spins it out at the zombie in front. And you see it change colors from like a a green to a blue to a red to a white to kind of a brownish muck color to a yellow, and it settles back on blue and becomes this spinning orb that goes to hit the zombie in the chest. And let's see. Range spell attack at disadvantage since he is face to face.
She does have bardic inspiration right now. If she decides she wants to use it.
She's inspired.
Her spell casting.
Emoji for this guy.
6. Yeah, we're gonna try it. So she does the bardic inspiration. Yeah, so that does hit. Nice.
Oh yeah.
So it takes 1, 2, 6, 10. 23 cold damage.
Wow.
And it freezes in place. So now it will. So that is 5 plus that. Yeah, mathematically. Well, I guess he could get a. No. All right. So he is shattered, and so you just see these fragments with a little bit of a black ichor that connects them as they shatter apart and slowly start to melt into the current.
Very nice.
Out and around. Zendala puts her hand on Bronson's shoulder.
Oh yeah.
And then points over at the building. And she goes, "Forge!" Okay. A truer romance than Twilight.
Name a more timeless duo. That's great.
Glass?
Yeah, Glaz is going to expend her bonus action first to have her hammer swing at this zombie. And 23.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah.
And it does 4 damage.
Nice. I need to remove this guy from encounter.
He did.
Yeah, he died.
yeah.
No, not that one. The one that Zendala killed. The one that you hit is right here. And that's 8 damage?
No, 4.
4.
I mean, is what I really meant.
Okay.
And then for her movement, she's going to go 5, 10, 15. Loop around this guy to get behind him.
Okay.
And then she's going to pull out her hammer and smack him. Give him a good wallop. She's going to try to. 7.
7 misses.
Yeah.
And you are at disadvantage for non-piercing weapon attacks, swinging them through water.
Not a 1, so she's
Okay.
fine. And that's her turn.
Okay. All right. So number 3. Oh, that's okay. So it's gonna move past your spiritual weapon.
Okay.
And get hit. That's good.
Yeah. So I'm doing an attack of opportunity at disadvantage.
I guess it keeps me.
17.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Dude, I love this camera. Oh, I hate it now.
I know, I just gotta move that something insane.
I hate it now.
Okay. It hits for 4 damage.
Kathunk.
You really should ask for tridents before going down here.
Fair.
or a little crab, or a little mackerel to be our friends.
So then it's going to make an attack.
Got a singing bard with crabs, but quite the same.
It swings and misses, trailing a path of ichor behind it. This zombie with the head on its head.
This one?
Yeah. 4 spaces towards glass.
3. Actually, 1, 2, 3. You can be in here.
And it will swing. Natural 20.
Oh, really?
Good rolling tonight.
Lots of criticals all over the place, at least.
All right, and let's roll check a Nord Games critical player hit.
Glass loses her left breast.
Oh no.
It gets replaced with a jellyfish.
Yeah. Does that make it better with a bow?
Old jelly tip.
Yeah. Alright.
While we're sort of in between, do you guys know how bonus action to reload works? Is that only like a trait that certain classes can do?
Once you become, it's a crossbow mastery gives you. Check the email.
Yeah, it did.
But I think for
Let's
the
get the
regular
crossbow man. For otherwise, it's called loading on a weapon.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Yeah.
It just says you can only fire 1 piece of ammunition when you use.
Bonus action. But if you have crossbow mastery, I think you can do it for free. But check.
So what I'm trying to figure out is how loading a gun works normally. Is
It's
it an
a
action?
bonus action.
It's a bonus action.
Bonus action reload.
That's what I thought. Cool.
Not the face. You receive a permanent scar on your face.
Who does? How?
Because he got crit.
We'll talk through it. How did it happen? Like, what did the zombie do?
So the zombie came up and was like, "My name is Kevin."
And Glass goes, Kevin.
He goes,
That's how it
No, so the zombie comes up, and it must have been in its living life some form of noble person's assistant or some kind of a regent, because there's a very sizable but jagged ring on it. And as it comes to give you the business, just slashes across, and you get a very sizable scar, wound that will scar over.
Yeah.
That comes across. I don't know if you want to have it come across the eye.
Yeah, like from the corner of her eye down across her lip to the bottom of her chin.
Oh, that's
Done.
a lot. Just
Done.
just
Done.
a little-
No, it is canon.
Glass. She's no longer Glass Envelgest. She's now Glass the Skog.
+1 intimidation forever.
Oh.
We'll talk about it. Yeah,
Good
+1 to intimidation rolls.
Awesome. And Glass goes.
Yeah, it just brings her to a 0 instead of a -1. So I think that's kind of fair.
She goes. Fucking hell, that hurt.
and you're like, the salt water, it stings.
How much damage did it do?
No, we haven't rolled that yet.
We just know it was a crit. That's all we know.
That would be 10 damage.
How do you save this guy? I feel like they used to let you do that.
Once you're logged in.
Oh, yeah,
Save him.
there we go.
Then that is boom boom. So zombies are done. Top of round 4, blessed now disappears.
No.
Hashtag not so blessed now, motherfuckers.
It's the green ones?
Yeah, the green ones. I only see 2. Where's the third?
There's one in me.
There was one on Bronson.
I gave it up already last time around, though. Oh, wait, here.
Yeah, give me these back so we don't lose them.
What's that?
Give me these back.
Oh, yeah. So she's safe there. Just gotta save Glass. Okay. I'm assuming it's Bronson's turn, right?
No, zombie 2 has to go.
Dang it, zombie 2.
Which is the crouched one that Glaz was swinging at. So it's going to turn and swing at Glaz. Let's see. That is a 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Dang it.
And that is 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And now, Lord Ball, the breaker of Baldur's Gate, Bronson.
Swimming 10 feet over and smacking that zombie in the face.
Okay.
Gold ones are shatter.
Just this close zombie?
Yes, that's the one.
No.
We're gonna reroll.
I like the dramatic twist.
Well, I mean, he rolled a 1 and a 2 for attacks.
So that's
Only rerolling one attack.
one attack.
That's disappointing. That one's missing. Look at the damage roll too.
Yeah.
What's your bonus to your attack?
+8.
The 2 will hit.
Yeah.
The 1 won't though. Probably not. So 18
Yeah.
to hit.
And then
6,
a 10,
7, 8, 9.
10 hits.
They both hit.
16 damage from the Shatter Spike.
Okay.
And then we can reroll once per turn. Definitely rerolling that one. There we go. 6, 7, 8, 13 on the other.
29 damage total.
So
Booyah!
13. So this needs to be a con of an 18 or greater. And so it is beamed and is removed.
Booyah! Oops. Oh.
Beautiful. All right, moving on. Zombie 6, which is. Let's see. Oh, I took the wrong one off. I took off 5 instead of 6. So 6 is thoroughly dead. And then I'm going to add one back in. I apologize, gentlemen, for this.
10 more zombies appear.
Oh, good.
All right. So then that one will attack Glaz. And a 13 does not hit. So that misses. So then Genji. You think you finally understand what Genji's saying?
That's right.
Yeah, we're
3, 4.
Oh, and we should have been rolling yours at disadvantage because it's not a piercing.
I'm gonna attack that zombie.
Do you
The
wanna-
crouching zombie.
No, it's fine. It's my fault for not calling out. So roll at disadvantage.
It's not a sword's not a piercing.
It's a
one?
slashing weapon.
Yeah.
It's not aerodynamic enough in water to.
No, it is not.
Okay.
Is it versatile? Oh wait, that's only for throw.
That's just 1 or 2 hands, right?
So that's a 21
Yeah, it hits.
on the first one, and then the second one is a 14.
That's why I was
Yeah,
asking
both
about
hit.
reload, so I can mini crossbow. But if I roll a 2, I'm gonna hit. So I might as well just take you to damage. Yeah.
7, 10, 18 damage.
18. Wow. And then zombie 2. Okay.
That's the sound your weapon makes. Or that.
So that zombie is looking awfully rough.
Real rough.
Real rough. All right. Any bonus action? Valker.
Valka? Well, that's me. Sorry. Valker, seeing the state of affairs, is pretty comfortable that we got all of this fairly licked. And is just going to leisurely swim, by leisurely swim I mean dash, to the bottom of the ocean floor.
Just take a frolic.
Dude, you guys, seriously, pull your heads out of your asses and quit fucking dropping these.
Fair. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right here. Straight down.
And for his bonus action, he is going to do nothing but stand there.
Okay.
That's Valker's turn.
Jotun.
I was gonna say if I could swim at the same level.
Yeah.
Move this way. Was that athletics check to swim?
Yeah. If you're not just going to kind of let the current pull you, or like your natural weight take you down, athletics check.
Yeah, I like to keep a little distance. 12 for athletics.
Okay, yeah. You're staying up. You swim.
I'll move after. I'll cast Magic Missile on this fellow in the shorts here.
This fella in the shorts.
That's 10 plus 3 is 13.
Which one?
This guy.
Okay.
Thank you.
How much?
13 damage. 13. Appreciate it, Billy.
So, magical beams come shooting out of Jotun's grasp as they swim around in almost like it's Hunt for Red October, where they shoot out. You see them slowly start tracking, turn back around, and come in and pop from the back, and the zombie looks incredibly worse for the wear. Any bonus action?
Nope.
Okay. Zendala.
Yes.
She will spin off another orb at the crouched zombie, making a ranged spell attack. Hits. What's the damage on that? 3d8. 7 and 4 is 11, which he would have to do a 5 plus 11, so 16. And so the crouched zombie gets hit this time with a burst of lightning that comes out of the orb once it hits, and you see it fly back. And as it's kind of floating there, then the eyes come back open and it stands back up and growls. Perfectly timed. And so she's not going to move. Glaz?
Yep. Glass, the one that was well, first she's gonna do her bonus action and move this 5, 10 feet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The crouch one was the one that was knocked down.
Mm-hmm.
So it's getting swing to crouch one. And
Disadvantage?
14.
14 hits.
10 damage.
Okay.
Nice.
So that will be 15 DC, and it's still up.
Glass, seeing that it's still up, is going to stow her warhammer and then point her hand at the zombie and go. DC 14 dex saving throw.
For what?
Sacred Flame. Sorry.
It meets. Oh no, it doesn't. It fails because they got a -2 dex, so it fails.
It takes 11 points of radiant damage.
All right. Boom. So then it is 0, and it is gone. Crispity crotchety.
That's right.
All right.
And then she is going to do nothing else. Pass her turn.
Okay. Let's see where everybody's at.
Here, this right.
So I should just. Oh, that one right there. I forgot to move last turn. Okay. That makes sense. All right. Top of the round. Round 5. This zombie attacks Glaz. Oh! 14.
Misses. AC
Misses.
16.
Then purple needs to move 4 in that direction. Alright. Bronson.
So Bronson sees that other one coming. He's walking along the floor. 1, 2, 3, and slowly brings his 2 flails together on his head.
Disadvantage attack on each?
Yep. So this will just be shatter first one.
Valkyrie is going to give you this.
A good one.
Just the one. You have 7. You
That's one roll at disadvantage.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
There we go.
That's better.
11 to hit.
11 hits.
And then non-shatter.
Oh, I like you.
11 to hit.
Yeah, both those hit.
Gold is shatters.
What?
4. Gold is shatters.
Golden showers.
That's right. Showers.
Ooh.
I was like, are you
Even
peeing
better.
on it in the water? Wow.
You breathe your pee, don't breathe your pee!
Jellyfish bites, bro.
It's for your safety.
I think that's a little bonus action though.
4, 5,
I think pee can also be a reaction.
Yeah, that's fair.
13 on the first one.
Okay.
And then this one will re-roll 1 of the 2.
Yeah. And as you get older, it becomes an
7, 8,
incidental.
9. 16.
16.
It's
So 29.
more of a feature, not a trait.
Yeah.
Slowly.
So 29 total.
29 total.
So how it was 16 on the last one.
13 and 16.
Okay.
13 magic, 16 non. Both bludgeoning.
I'm gonna have to get 2 flails and smack them together underwater and see what it sounds like. Imagine it's like
19. So now I needed a 21. Yeah, so it dies.
Oh yeah!
this one.
Yeah. You killed a zombie woman. Carry her always in your heart.
Nope. I'm gonna leave her for the fishes.
So you probably could have been our new bar.
You guys have really chummed the waters up.
Yeah, I bet it's pretty good. down
Genji.
Attacking the one in front of me twice. First attack. At least 20 something hit. Yeah.
Hits.
Second attack.
Yeah.
19.
Oh, no. That is full of shit. There's nothing coming. No way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
18 damage?
So?
Alright, so what was the last one worth?
I don't know because I rolled them both at the same time.
Okay.
There was a 5, a 3, and 2 1s for the damage.
So we'll do 5 and 3 is 8 plus.
4. Or, yeah, 4, so 12.
I don't think
12?
there's anything.
Okay. 17, and it fails. It is dead as well. You guys cut through that real quick. Where's everybody's health at? Bronson?
Like cold chillin'.
49, 49?
49, 49.
50, 50?
Mm-hmm.
Valker 38, 38?
Yes.
32, 49.
Jotun.
For
Oh.
Glasses hurt.
Is what?
32.
Les. Sorry, I was trying to help you.
And then Jotun, where are you at?
Should be full.
Okay.
I was waiting for Mike to respond for Valkyrie. It's like, come on, he asked you. Would you help that Valkyrie? Come on.
Alright,
I know he's a bard, it's confusing.
So Genji thoroughly dispatches this, and you're amazed by the grace of his blade, considering how difficult and heavy it is. The surface area of his armor as he's swinging around and cutting through, but literally just turns this into pieces of like chopped up fish that they use to chum waters. And pieces, as you guys look behind you, because remember this is a 3-dimensional space, there's just clouds of goo with different pieces floating around.
It's okay, everything's fine.
We're all dead.
It's gonna be worth it.
Get your
Oh,
head
it
out
is
of your
worth
ass.
it. No, you get your head out of your ass.
I'll get my head out of Dan's ass.
Get your head into my ass. Figure it out.
Valker.
Valker, seeing that there is these two over here, is going to take his. Where's that? Right here. Take out his hand and point it at this guy. He does like this, and he casts Firebolt.
What's the range on Firebolt?
120.
Okay.
26.
26 hits.
That's 2d10. That's cocked. 7 damage.
Okay.
There's blood everywhere, is what that is.
It's 7 fire damage. I know you mentioned earlier that it was. And then Valkyrie is going to just move up with the group here.
And as the fire projects through the water, you see bubbles as the water instantly boils as this projectile goes forward. Those bubbles kind of start reaching up, and whenever it comes in contact, you see the area around the blacksmith kind of come to life, almost as if like some type of a shield has been hit, as pieces of the skeleton that fly off hit up against it. Jotun.
Are the bodies of the zombies floating to the surface after we kill them?
No, they're just kind of floating there,
Just in space.
out and around.
Bronson looks at Zendala and goes, Forge?
Sure.
The same thing again.
I'm gonna swim over this way. So athletics check. It's
I love
11.
that they're in every camera.
Okay.
It's so good. It looks amazing.
Leave glass here.
No glass left behind.
Stop. So as you float over this hole, roll a perception check as you look down.
Oh no.
You really can't see into the darkness, and you're more focused on the forge area, as it's had some kind of magical, reaction to the environment.
Okay. I can still cast Frostbite on the skeleton warrior there.
Okay.
So make a con save of 14. 7 again.
16. So it makes
Okay.
it.
This passes. Takes 3 damage, but no adverse effects.
What the hell are you guys doing?
Nothing.
You guys are stupid. All right.
That's my turn.
So the skeleton that is in front, like closer to the forge itself, with the two-handed blade, retreats into the forge, and you see before you hear a vibration that radiates from within, and you hear a
I'm sure that's good.
Zendala's turn. So Zendala is going to roll an athletics check. 91.
That was for her to swim.
Yeah. So she is, we'll say, caught up in the kelp and is entangled for the duration of this round and can't go forward. Glaz.
Yep. Glass is going to send her spiritual weapon forward. 5, 10, 15, 20. And then she is going to turn. And before she moves, she is going to as she reaches in her component pouch to take out some holy water, it's just kind of so it's kind of like she's pulling it out of her holy pouch. She goes, "Oh shit, beanie!" Instead of like out here, it just kind of happens because it just disperses, and she casts bless on just
Waves it around in the water.
So the way,
Makes a quick crunch.
like oil and water, how it disperses out, the undeath, as the holy water gets introduced into the environment, there is crystal clear water in this kind of floating bubble that's slowly pushing out away from Glasmalin, and you guys feel imbued with her essence.
and then she's gonna move forward 5 feet.
Okay.
Right here.
Yeah, you don't have to roll for that. You're fine. Okay.
And that's it for last.
Top of round 6. Everybody roll a perception check.
Oh yeah. Can I have some sweet, sweet liquid? I rolled a 20. I think that's punishment. Last rolled a 9, but Valk rolled a natural 20 plus 4 is a 24.
So Valkyr starts screaming at Jotun. Look out! Look out! And from underneath in the hole, bursting forth.
I fucking told you.
Somebody said zombie sharks earlier, and I was like,
Does that dude have big muscular arms on him?
It's a street shark.
yes.
Sharkdodon?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Gets a shark, bro?
Put
Sharks.
that one here real quick.
Jersey Shore shark?
Oh yeah. Look at the fucking pipes on that guy.
Look at the fucking pipes. It's fucking legit.
Oh no.
And you guys
Why does
notice.
the shark need legs?
He's not skipping leg day, that's for sure.
yeah.
Oh, this is him.
Yes. So if we were filming this as a movie, you would hear kind of like the vibrations coming from the horn and, a muffled sound. It would then go to a shot of the hole as kind of tumbling like gas does or smoke across the bottom of the floor. The collective cloud of ichor slowly starts tumbling over the gap and shooting up out of the hole in the ground with just unholy speed. You guys see this gigantic
Street shark.
shark.
Half alligator shark, half man.
Yeah. Man
Where's
bear
Alec?
pig. So let me get him into initiative.
So you've got like barrel wrist guards or something?
Yeah. And he's got his own. He's got his father's tooth crafted into like a brass knuckle.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
It's real silly. And it looks like a tooth.
Yeah, it's his dad's tooth.
Oh,
He's just a baby shark.
Oh,
baby
that's
shark.
just stop
Baby
it.
shark, do-do-do-do-do, baby shark, do-do-do-do-do, baby shark.
Tim just died. He just died just now.
You have a complete lack of ability to display any sort of facial expression right now at all. I have to improvise.
But we still feel your
We still felt it. We felt it.
Good, I'm glad.
Feel the hate.
And from
Oh
here,
shit, this is a better angle. Look at the fucking.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Might take a bite out of him.
so he comes
I can do
up,
this.
and the tooth that is in his hand, you have no idea where this thing comes from, but he's going to kind of come a little bit closer this way, and then arc a lightning bolt through you down to these three, Genji, Valkyr, and Bronson. There you go.
For those just tuning in, the shark with arms
Just cast lightning bolt.
that just appeared cast lightning bolt.
Underwater.
So I need all 4 of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
All this group here?
No.
He named who it was.
Oh yeah, I
it's
missed
a
it.
line.
Sorry. Saving throws. You guys are blessed. Remember.
Oh. Are we?
Fuck you, dude. This blue dice tonight.
Oh, I'm not blessed.
I need another sweet, sweet drink.
I need a poisonous one.
I have nothing to
Please
give you.
take your picks.
I don't want this purple, pink fairy.
Pour some milk in it.
That hurt. Do you have any bubble
You're
waters
actually
with
drowning
poison
now.
things?
Steph used to. I don't think we do anymore.
No biggie.
I keep thinking someone's knocking on the door whenever the bump sound hits.
Yeah, I tried to eliminate all of those. There's one that's still doing it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right. It's very realistic, obviously.
Alright, so, what did you roll?
I'm trying to grab his drink real
19?
quick.
13?
That one.
13. Oh, God.
Valkyrie's 22.
Valkyrie's 22. Okay. So, Genji and Bronson will take full. The rest of you guys will take halvesies.
Valkyrie is going to use a reaction to cast Cutting Words to reduce the damage by
1.
1.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
This is the most used cutting words that I've seen, basically throughout the entire campaign. So
I think he used it a couple of times, but I think he prefers to get the plus. He looks at it as a buff as opposed to a debuff.
22 is the 29.
that is where we need the most help most of the time.
So that goes down to 28 damage.
For Valkyrie.
No, so he gets his cut in half, so he
Oh,
only
it's
takes 14.
Got it.
I'll use Stone's Endurance to reduce by d12. Come on. 3. So that's 11.
You okay there?
What did you mitigate that down to, Jotun?
That was 3, so down to 11 damage total.
That was good. Genji takes the full 28. Bronson, you take 28 lightning damage.
I prefer not.
Oh, well.
Oh, sorry.
Glad I asked.
I reduced it down to 8 because it's plus 3.
Okay.
So I should be at 29.
29 damage? 28.
28.
28.
What are you doing, bro? What happened to your pants? God. Get out of here. Come on, let's go find mom. You got no pants on. Is it just Thunderdome in there? What's going on? Come on.
Who runs Bottown? Claire runs Bottown.
Oh man. Just trying to get a good vantage point over this hole. And I was like, shit, I knew that was going to trigger it.
Yeah. Hey, there's a big deep hole over here. Oh, you're chumming up the waters real good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go swim over the big deep hole. You know what looks best on a fish hook? A big piece of blue wizard. The good thing is that you're right up front to take it. That's not really the good news. Got no good news.
There's no good news here.
He can cast spells. He probably gets 3 attacks. He's probably got an AC because he's a big creature. He's probably got an AC at like 16 or 16, maybe 15.
Bigger creatures have lower AC.
I think that he probably has a high dex too, though, which is offsets it.
Well, if you're large size, there's an AC penalty for that.
Fair. I think we're gonna have a hard time just swinging on him.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do here.
Especially since they're all swinging at disadvantage right now.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that apparently it's the Wild West. There's naked kids running around.
They break the rules, they get the wheel. Or break the deal, get the wheel.
Something like that.
All right. So a pretty significant bolt of lightning comes
I'll
protruding forth. You guys being underwater, it's very disorienting, and you feel a pretty significant shock. And we are now at the top of round 6. The skeleton that's out in front moves into the forge.
This guy.
Yeah. And he also goes to blow the conch shell to summon another. You shouldn't have bought the Kickstarter. If there's many theirs, I'm going to pay them.
Next time you buy a Kickstarter
It was 4 years ago!
it's kittens and squirrels and fucking...
Hey, he's got like 40 mouse people he's not using.
He could use
Think of the one shark. I wanted to play mouse people. I'm not kidding. I wanted to. It's going to be great. They're adorable.
Bronson goes west.
Everything is like 1 inch tall. It was going to be so good. What about the Kenkus? There were Kenkus in there.
All right. Bronson Ball.
Sounded bad. Bronson's going to swim as close to that shark as he can. What does that look like for him?
You can make a dash.
I'm going to make a dash.
So you can move your...
5, 10, 15,
There's
20,
another base
25,
over here,
30.
I believe, yeah, if you need it. So roll a swimming check.
Is that
How vertical versus horizontal are you?
straight line toward him?
Okay. So
14.
3 up, 3 out.
Okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, so this is actually a little bit rough.
Yeah, close enough.
He's basically here, but he's somewhere in between these two levels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So Bronson's gonna get to there, and yeah, I mean his action was used to dash, so he'll just yell at him. Come and get sushi, you shark piece of shit. Something
No shark
along
fin
those
soup.
lines.
Okay.
Something like that.
That's very evolved of you.
He's not a clever man.
Okay. So now he will go. And he is going to make 2 bite attacks against Jotun.
Yeah. Sorry, roll. Doctor's gonna cut words, one of them.
Okay.
The higher dice, he's gonna be cutting words.
Well, you either have the first one or the second one.
He's gonna do this one. Reduce it by 1.
So 15.
That matters. Shield?
It's not like a shield.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out my character sheet on my phone
What's wrong with the laptop?
Oh, did your thing die?
now. Yeah.
Do you need another cord?
I have one. There's not an outlet here. So.
Yeah, there's a power bar right here next to Billy.
Yeah, we can unplug something.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
We all started panicking.
I can bring your character sheet over here too.
And a 17 for the second.
Look at that.
Your shield was not both good.
Yeah, because
Oh, yeah.
It's the whole round.
Okay. So,
I mean, it sounds ridiculous.
Yes,
but
that bring me up to 18.
Genji.
Just enough.
So I can dash and move a total of 8. I don't know, like,
Let's get rid of this speaker.
that would be like.
main one's over there, not this one.
1, 2, 3, 4. I can get the 5 there.
Oh, that's not good.
We'll turn you on and just move on to
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah, I'll do that. I can get to there, but I can't take any further.
Roll a athletics check to see if you can swim that.
10.
Yeah.
Oh, plus
That
plus.
is the meat.
13.
We made a mistake earlier in Bless. It's just for attack and saving throws.
Oh, is it? It's
Yeah.
not for checks?
No. Whoops.
What happened? Everything went away. I didn't touch anything here.
Womp womp.
Some of them on cycles.
Valker.
Yes, Volker is going to look at that shark thing up there and
Need to fairy fire the doo-doo out of it. So that way we're attacking it normal instead of disadvantage.
so he is going to yep, he's going to swim up here with his normal movement and then cast Fairy Fire, which is a 60-foot range at the shark. Right behind it. So the shark is Dex 16 saving throw.
That's a 19.
What a dick.
Does it also light you guys up, or is it a creature you choose?
It's a 20-foot
Cube?
cube, and so if I put it right behind it,
Okay.
I was thinking I could just catch it with it. Ooh, thing
Yeah.
right there.
I like that.
Okay, so Fairy Fire failed. For his bonus action, he is going to yell up at Jotun. You're inspired. You've got Bardic Inspiration. Sweet. And that's Valker's turn.
It's me.
Yes, Jotun.
I think I'm gonna disengage here and swim towards Bronson. So athletics check to swim. That was 8.
You have Bardic Inspiration you can use.
Yeah, might as well. Is it
D6.
Okay. This brings it up to a 9.
Say that again now. Sorry.
9 to athletics check to swim.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make it down
You
here.
take my turn after Zendala.
Okay.
I use my turn to disengage,
Bubbleguts?
but I'll use a bonus action to take out the wand entanglement from my pack, and that'll be my turn.
Okay.
Can I hold both the wand and the quarterstaff?
Yes.
Okay.
You'd be
Right.
disadvantaged to a quarterstaff attack.
Okay.
Just because we're underwater right now.
But the wand should be fine with one hand.
Yeah, wands are good.
Cool. That's my turn.
Okay. The skeletons are continuing to do something in there. Zendala is going to cast Ice Storm, but since it's at that high of a level, she has and doesn't have a focus. I'm doing it as a percentile roll. So it miscasts, and she loses the slot. She is going to move more towards Glaz, but not get in any type of direct line between you guys. So if you could move her 3 towards Glaz, but not like an easy in line with anything.
That looks like it's in line with the whole party. Actually, there you go.
There you go.
I think that'll be off.
All right. Glaz.
Okay. Really wish Billy didn't leave and give me Glasblin's turn. So, just thinking out loud for a moment, not making this choice yet on her behalf. She has the spell ready, Destroy Water, up to a 30-foot cube. Could destroy all the water around the shark. It's going to collapse again right away. Is there anything we could do with that? I guess we're not allowed to talk about that.
I tried it. It's not the worst idea.
I think you guys could talk because this would be the experience set within Glaz's
Whether or not
life.
you've talked about this before. Yeah.
Well, no, just like this, you're having to,
So
approximate.
how's this? I could potentially destroy a cube of water around the shark. Would that be helpful?
Yeah, great idea.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay, but it's not my fault. It was Billy goes back and he's mad.
Don't forget your bonus action to move your spiritual hammer in.
Ooh. Okay. So, here's the goal. I'll explain what the goal is, right? Destroy a cube of water around, so in the time it takes.
How would you position that cube?
So that the shark's at
Centered
the
on
top of it.
him, so he's at the top. So 30, the cube directly below him.
Yeah, because he's only about 30 feet up, right? So we're saying from ground floor to. Oh, that's so good! Okay, so here's what. Oh, this is so good. Guys.
I'm pretty excited about
This is so good. So here's what we're gonna do. She's gonna yell out, Genji, get away from that shark! I'm gonna destroy the water around the shark so it all comes crashing down on him into the ocean floor. So get away from him.
I fucking love this.
Destroy water. Pancake that shark.
Okay.
All those gallons of water above him are gonna slam his ass into the ground and make a can of tuna out of him.
Okay.
This is sick. So she goes, "Hasbala," or whatever it is she does, and does destroy water on a cube, starting at the shark to the ground, action readied for when Genji gets out of the cube.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Okay.
Actually. So this is, I think, a fair meta question. Am I making a call to action that's not possible based on the initiative round? Like the initiative order?
I go
It's
after.
Genji afterwards.
I go after.
So
It's possible, right?
you would end up burning
And
the
it would-
spell
nothing would happen.
because you would go to the top
Right.
and initiative order is wiped, so you can't hold for
So that's what I
somebody
was
who goes
asking.
before
Oh,
you.
Right.
here at the end of the round, don't.
Right. So instead, it's okay because of how things are positioned, and Billy's back. And maybe you should just go to the hospital.
That's right.
Jeez, you guys have been there for a while.
La Vida Loca.
So Billy, you're about to have the coolest turn ever.
Okay.
So this cube, right, starts right here on the shark, and it's that way. So 30, 30, 30, not including Genji. Follow? So here's what's gonna happen. Where Genji is, where the shark is, the cube is here. So the shark falls, Genji and the water are all gonna come down on the shark's head. So he can go with all of these gallons of water.
So it
pushing
will
him
take
down.
an athletics check
Sure.
on Genji's part to not get sucked in.
He will be sucked in onto the shark.
To not get sucked in and
Fatally crushed by
fall
gallons of water.
30 feet. So it'll be him having to swim backwards to try to tread water. So as not to get pulled in.
That's fine. I'm cool with that.
Okay.
That's what you would surmise it would take.
Okay.
Okay.
You can only destroy 10 gallons of water.
Or a 30-foot cube.
A 30-foot. Oh, destroy fog in a 30-foot cube.
Oh, this isn't gonna work.
Fog.
Carry on. So it's still your turn.
I really like the idea though.
It's not strong enough.
Yeah.
It's still your
So
turn.
we need Mythbusters on this shit. Like,
What happens if I evaporate? So what do we?
So Jamie's gonna just get thousands of gallons of water dumped on him. We're gonna see if it kills him. We're gonna
Sure.
drop an ocean on him from 30 feet in the air. Well, Jamie's dead.
Tune in next week.
When we try to reanimate the dead.
Sorry, that was a waste of time.
all right. So bonus action. Yeah, 5, 10, 15,
Oh, guys, it was gonna be so cool.
20. Spiritual weapons moving that way. Primary
That's a great
action.
10 gallons is like
yeah, underneath
a little
the
water.
water. Yeah.
It's terrible.
You guys are all hurt pretty bad.
It's like the size of an orange Home Depot bucket. It's like nothing.
Those are 5 gallons.
Sure, that's what well, 8, the big ones, right? The taller
You're
ones.
talking about like 18 cubic inches of water.
Yeah, it's not very much.
Yeah, I'm going to. Ooh, yeah. She's gonna swim. 5, 10, 15, and then she's going to yell at Genji. Heals. And 2d4 plus 6 healing. You have d4.
Yes.
But
11 healing towards you, bud. Oh no, 12. And that's her turn.
Nice. Genji feeling significantly better after 12 key hit points. All right, Volker.
Yep. Volker is going.
Oh,
to...
as I was, top of the round. So we're top of round 7.
It's a lot of rounds.
Skeleton 1 continues to fiddle in there. We're not sure what.
Yeah.
Bronson.
I'm gonna continue my shark swim. Can I make it there? Or not quite?
Roll a athletics check.
Athletics. Here we go, 20. 13 plus 7.
Yeah.
Right up in his face. Alright, so...
So you would be able to attack.
No?
Because you.
Oh, it was a
You dashed.
dash.
You dashed.
Do you save your action surge?
I do, but I can only hit once, right?
It's an attack action, which.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Two
You can.
attacks per
Yeah,
action.
we'll go ahead and burn the action surge.
Okay.
Do it.
Burn it!
So, disadvantage shatter. You 12 to hit.
12 does not
You're
hit.
blessed.
Oh. 13 to hit.
13 does not hit.
Shit.
You're blessed.
Every one, huh? Not once per turn?
No,
We're redoing that. 13.
13 does not hit.
Wish. Pass.
Splash.
That sucks.
All right. So at the open of this round for the shark creature, any bonus? Oh no, because that would have been your bonus. So it casts Dimension Door.
What did Hanzo turn into a shark?
And disappears and reappears behind these barrels. And that's the end of its turn. Genji?
Well, that's disappointing. I'm just gonna start swimming that way. Yeah, I'll start swimming towards them. 8 squares. Athletics check here. 16.
Yep, 16. So you're dashing.
Mm-hmm.
So moving 40, please.
Where? All the way over there?
Swimming down.
Yeah,
You got it.
in a beeline.
40-ish, maybe.
Drops him awfully low. Yeah.
Put it right there.
Close enough. I'm not plugging you in.
Oh, sure.
All right. Volker. You are Valker.
Yep. Coming, sorry. Valkyr is going to, seeing this thing over here by itself. Yeah, Valkyr's going to.
Big motherfuckers hiding behind little barrels. What an asshole. It's like, like towering over them.
Valkyr's going to swim back over here.
Bold.
Yeah.
Look at the man.
Very unlike Valkyr. Poor role-playing Billy. Just kidding. Oh, really?
And then he's going to say, "What is a shark's favorite sci-fi show? Shark Trek!" And cast Tasha's hideous laughter on it. But as a reaction, whatever you roll, he's going to cutting words it. So
Okay. What type of saving throw?
it's a wisdom saving throw.
Base 19, wisdom plus 2, 21.
-4.
17. And that beats.
Okay.
I guess sci-fi didn't exist.
Do you not get that channel here in the Feywild?
Oh, shite.
Jotun?
Let's see. I think he should be within 90, so I'm gonna turn and cast Entangle and lash him to these barrels.
Okay.
So he's got to make a strength saving throw. DC is.
13 plus 4, 17.
I think you beat it. I think mine's 14. Yeah.
Okay. So Kelp starts immediately starting to wrap around, and you see surprise in his eyes for a second as his environment, his home, is being commanded by outsiders. You see the whites of his eyes disappear to where it just goes to that cold murder black that great whites get, and he rips free of it and then kind of starts staring at you.
Okay. I think I'll just.
So your tank didn't hit?
No.
It's still there.
Yeah, it's difficult terrain around it.
And I'm just gonna swim out of the way a little bit. Maybe try to get behind this kelp if that's possible.
You wouldn't make it to the kelp because you've used an action.
Alright, because I can only go like 3.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to get out of line if he happens to have another lightning bolt in my pocket. Yeah, that's a turn.
Okay. Skeleton 2 continues. Zendala is. Let's see. She's going to attempt an ice storm, but have to roll percentile. So that's 2 slots burnt because of no fucking spiritual focus.
Would this help? Reroll?
If you guys want to use it.
Yep. Ice storm on the shark.
We need it. Yeah.
Okay.
Let her try again.
Oh, and that gets through with the 77.
Or 77.
Percentile.
Oh,
to save
God.
those dice.
I thought we just did 77 damage to the shark. I was like, yeah.
You cast Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Just keep losing clothing.
What is going on here?
It's Topless Tuesday. On a Sunday. Hi, buddy. You having fun? Did you have a good bath?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Might be what I do when I get home, actually.
Gotta wash the shark off.
Yeah.
All right.
All this chum floating around.
Those are pretty cool looking, aren't they? Did you know Granny made these?
Yep.
Granny made that.
Just a little bit technical. 3/4. It's over. Anything you want to say?
Yeah. You hear the sounds?
Music.
Yeah, it's a type of music. All right. So dexterity saving throw.
Say goodnight.
Night, night, sweetie. We love you. Bye. Oh, thank you. Can you say night, night to the guys?
Bye.
See you, dude. All right. So dexterity saving throw. Bye, sweetie. He rolls a 3, so he'll take full damage.
Yeah!
We'll start bludgeoning damage first. Okay. And so you see less hailstones coming down, but more just these huge, what you imagine look like underneath the Titanic as large pieces of glacier or of iceberg just crumble and start plummeting towards the bottom. And these things are just flying down as they come in. So the first damage. And then we'll do the cold damage on top of it. And that is 46. So a sizable amount of damage comes raining down, and you see some of the barrels in front and around, pieces and fragments start breaking apart as they float off and away, and there's a field of ice and like this 20-foot cylinder that is just dumped down onto it. So well use of the reroll. She is gonna stay there. Glaz,
Yep.
your turn.
Bonus action 5, 10, 15, 20.
Is that actually on the...
It's a shared square. There's a square here and a square
So
there.
your spiritual weapon, as it comes in contact with that row, it hits something and evaporates out of existence.
What?
Roll an Arcana check.
Anti-magic field.
13 plus...
Pretty good.
one,
Pretty good.
14.
Yes. You remember seeing the firebolt as it glanced off of him and hit, and you saw it look kind of like a shield and evaporate. There seems to be some type of anti-magic field that is focused around that building.
Yet somehow the undead are still walking around. Okay.
5, 10, 15, not 10, half her speed.
And then she's going to point her hand at the shark thing
The shark thing.
Sharknado.
and say, Stiak! And cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
14.
14 misses.
Need to put subtitles on this video for all the underwater speak.
You're right. That's her turn.
Okay. Top of round 8.
That's 3 fucking spells.
One skeleton disappears.
Okay. Like disappears?
No, it just disappears.
Bronson, Genji.
Just one?
Just one disappeared. If it disappeared, reappeared, right? Double negative.
God, that guy's so cool.
Skeleton warrior.
Wrong person disappear.
He's got really cool armor and a beat up sword and shield. It's amazing.
Laz is down
Actually
there.
sliced up
Jotun, Genji, Bronson,
It's insane.
Valker. Jotun. Valker. Laz. Genji, Bronson. What the fuck did I make disappear?
The shark,
Oh,
right?
yeah, it was. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I mean, nothing, everything's great. Initiative sounds like it's correct.
I think we made a new shark friend.
He goes.
Yeah. That's
And
Yeah.
then he.
that's awesome. What's Valkyrie got left?
What is like your take on the shark tsunami that you were almost involved in
So Bronson
Yeah,
goes,
just cast
and he's gonna make a beeline, just swimming as hard as he can for the forge.
Okay.
He's gonna head for the porch of the forge where the skeletons were.
Is there still water around that forge? Is it all underwater?
It's all underwater. Yeah. So as close as he can get, athletics check to swim probably.
Okay.
18.
Yeah. You make your dash.
So probably at the corner or
5,
maybe.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I guess that's the best I can do, huh?
Well, no, because he's gonna naturally sink.
Diagonal.
Yeah, I'm
right?
going diagonal.
So
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Ugh, that was lame. Okay.
So then you see it reach out, and as the floor gets black, you see hands and tendrils reach up, almost like a black kelp, growing up and wrapping around Valker. I need Valker to make a Constitution saving throw.
She'll do blessed.
Thank God.
You've had a lot of
Another
nat
nat 20
20s.
tonight. Another nat 20
Like
save.
a lot.
That's a 23.
Okay, so he will take half this damage.
You just have to play 2 characters all the time, like ice climbers or something.
I don't normally roll this well. I've rolled more nat 20s tonight than I think I've rolled over the entire duration of our D&D games.
It's weird, like whenever you actually play a character how it's supposed to be played, how much better the rolls go. I seem that seems to be why I do so well myself. No.
You're a real asshole.
11, 7, 5, 12, 23.
We really do miss you, Dave.
23 and 10, 33. Plus 12, 45 necrotic damage.
What?
So cut that in half.
Oh my god.
It casted Blight.
He has celestial resistance to necrotic damage. So it's cut in half again.
Okay.
So it was, what, 45 cut in half?
Mm-hmm.
Should be 23 cut in half is 13.
Yeah.
Well, 23 cut in half is 12.
12.
Yeah.
Valker does not feel very well. He goes, everything's fine.
Just pukes.
He's at 12
Floats
away.
away.
All right.
It's like here it comes off.
Everything's fine. Nose, ear, floats away. Just
Genji.
Alright, I'm gonna try to kind of come at this guy and then we'll blight
That's mine
here.
backwards. Yeah.
So 1,
use your hat to keep it on.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. We're moving right here. 7, right there.
Give me a swim check for your dash.
Nope.
Swim check.
Count.
9.
Move back 10 feet.
Well, I didn't move my full movement, so I could have moved it. I could have moved one more, so I could.
You can move back
presumably-
5 feet.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. I need, what is Entangle's 20-foot square?
Yep.
Can we put a 20-foot square on him?
Well, that's 20 feet at a 1-inch square scale. Or that's
Yeah,
the
that's
scale
true.
that we're at.
So the immediate area around him.
Oh yeah, those squares are too big, right?
Yeah.
Should be 2 squares out.
It's pretty easy to see them.
Okay. All right. Valker.
Yep. Valker is going to.
So bad. I'm actually really impressed. It's terrible.
Thank you.
You've made so many of these now.
It's fun.
Valker is
I
going
can
to.
tell you get a kick out of it. You sick man.
I kind of like the orange drink one, actually.
This one?
Mhm.
You got problems.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really bad.
Yeah.
Valker's going to slim this way, his movement, and then he's going to touch himself and cast Cure Wounds.
The Dryad breast milk I thought was pretty good.
5, 10, 16 points of healing
Okay.
on him. And then for his bonus action, he shall do nothing, and then it's his turn.
Okay, Jotun. Your turn, sir.
Let's see. I think I'm gonna stow this wand of entanglement, and then basically hold up my hand, and given that there's plenty of water around, cast Ice Knife.
Oh, I love it.
Always like that.
Ranged attack. Yeah, 19.
Oh yeah, that
plus 6.
thoroughly hits.
Sorry, I actually forget that it's a D10, I think, for first hit. And then 2D6 for the shatter. Nice, 10.
Nice.
And 9 damage for the shatter.
19 total. Nice.
spell slot. And I think I'm gonna stay. Actually, I might just float down a level,
Okay.
and that'll be my turn.
So he gets a dexterity save against the second wave of damage.
Oh.
Oh yeah, so he's got a DC 14.
That's an natty 2.
That's-
So it was
Nice.
as it should have been.
Dice don't lie.
There it is.
Skeleton 2 disappears.
I've had it with these motherfucking skeletons disappearing in this motherfucking plane of existence.
Zendala is going to attempt to cast Ice Storm again. What's the one? Do you remember? And miscasts. And that is her last 4th level spell.
No more rerolls. No more rerolls.
I mean, I have advantage, but I didn't know that. Am I looking at-
The advantage doesn't help you on a deep percentile anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, Glass.
Yep. Glaz is also going to stay where she's at. She's going to stay right for the second, and she's going to use her advantage token to cast Guiding Bolt at him. Okay. 23.
23 hits.
Alright.
15 points of damage.
Okay.
And the next attack against him is at advantage.
That's nice.
Yeah. Has a mystical dim energy ensorcels him for a turn.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It what?
Ensorcels.
Ensorcels.
Yeah.
It's like encircling, but
Oh, it's like
ensorcling.
because of his ensorcel fin. Got it.
10. She's swimming.
Top of round 9. Bronson Ball.
Bronson goes, "Let the goddamn gigantic shield run from the lightning shark," and he's gonna keep going toward the house.
Okay.
15, 20. Are you dashing?
30, yeah.
25, 30.
Do I have to athletics or just walking along the ground?
You're walking along your range.
But it's still half speed because underwater.
That's my turn. Your quad's burning?
No, Bronson works out.
Oh, this thing is bloodied. It's hurting.
Yeah. So he's going to move diagonal one slide, or one space. And then he's going to lightning bolt through Genji and through Zendala.
Yeah, you're gonna jump into an anti-magic shield with magic that's keeping you alive right now. You're breathing underwater because of magic. And you're gonna
Would
jump
that-
into an anti-magic shield.
Would that happen?
Be quiet.
There's one way to find out.
Yeah, that's true.
All
I
right.
could just step back out of it.
Could you though?
Dex
Yeah.
saving throw. You see it coming.
It
So
cancels the spell effect.
You're at blessed too for that
Yeah,
saving
yeah,
throw.
16 on the dex save. No, I'm sorry, that's 18 on the dex save.
18 save.
Nice.
So you take half damage. And then Zendala will. Oh, Jesus. oh, natty ones.
Oh no.
Probably not going to save that concentration check. So we're all going to drown.
8d6.
Oh my. Oh my. It's too many d6.
15.
Yeah.
32 points of damage.
Sweet.
You take half. So 16. And Zendala attempts to make a concentration check and fails.
Mm-hmm.
No rerolls to give her? Because that means all of us are going to start drowning.
Valkyr could give her advantage beforehand, but I wasn't thinking to use it because it was sitting over here. And there's one of you has an advantage over there too.
Meh.
And so a huge clap of lightning goes out, and you guys are like looking as light comes back, or your vision comes back from being blinded by such a bright light in such a dark spot, and you see Zendala kind of moving her head around, and all of a sudden you have water in your lungs, and your lungs are seizing up.
Okay, great.
All right. Genji.
What does water in my lungs confer to me as far as status effects?
You are currently drowning.
Okay.
Constitution saving throw.
15.
Yeah, you pass.
Alright, now I'm going to attack this. I'm going to rage, and I'm going to attack this guy twice.
Okay.
First attack.
You're blessed.
I know.
Okay.
15.
15 hits.
Great. Second attack. 14.
14 misses.
10 damage.
All right, Valkyr. Constitution saving throw, please.
Mm-hmm. He is blessed. Can I have something horrible, please?
Oh wow! Do you roll anything that isn't a 20 or a 1?
So he rolled 2, 4, a 5 is what he rolled. Like the total is, but yeah, I get hit with this. Yeah, whatever.
Can we get some gut rot? Nope.
Oh. Actual.
Mm-hmm.
Here, get activated.
So yeah, 5. So whatever
That
that says.
sound. I like wince every time. Like, oh.
Yeah, shut up.
Pavlovian response at
Yes.
this point. Like, oh, my liver hurts.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
For what it's worth.
I can't find anything on drowning.
It's if you look in the underwater,
What would it be under?
like you can look
Conditions or. Look at the handbook, see if there's any drowning in the back.
I've looked it up before.
Because I've seen if you're underwater longer than what your con
Chapter 9
is.
of the player's handbook.
Fuck is the goddamn chapters? It just says parts. Alright. So that's not listed in conditions.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's under Constitution.
See drowning below.
You find it?
I'm looking at
Drowning rules for D&D 5e.
Yeah.
Oh, it's suffocation. That's why.
After 1 plus con bonus minutes of holding your breath underwater, you fall unconscious, your hit points fall to 0, and you begin making your death saving throws as per the standard rules.
There you
Plus
go.
con bonus minutes, eh? So like the next
Of
30
holding your
rounds.
breath, though, this is
We're like skipping to what happens when you're done with that. Is
yeah,
that right?
So
According to
So
that
we're all
rule, you go
instant.
instant. You go instant.
We all
unconscious.
just wipe. Yeah.
Surely that can't be.
Oh no! If it starts suffocating, you have 2 rounds to reach air before it drops to 0 hit points.
Yep. Yep. So this
All right, so that we can do that.
counts the bell for 2. For Valkyr.
Okay.
Any actions or what's he doing?
Is he unconscious? You said he counts.
No, he's not unconscious.
Okay. I mean, he's gonna start panic swimming to the surface. He can't do anything.
Yeah, because you have 2 rounds before you would drop to 0.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna start
go
panic.
We're also back to not being able to cast spells and stuff because we can't say anything.
Yep. Yeah, he's gonna go up 30 feet, I guess.
Okay.
That's his turn.
All right, Jotun.
Magic Missile level 3, motherfucker. Why not?
How?
Oh no.
Is that all ones?
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
God!
my god. 4, 5, 6 plus 5 is 11 damage.
Yeah, take it. Yeah.
Level 3.
Con saving throw 2, please.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Is a 14.
Okay. So you're able to hold your breath. Is there a verbal to magic missile?
Uh-oh. Might not be able to do that at all, huh?
There is.
Yep.
You have no air
Fact.
to speak.
Yep, fact.
We can make it frostbite. That's DC 14 con, I think, on him, but I can still read it. 5 damage.
It's half of what you did. It's better than nothing.
Yeah, for a cantrip versus a level 3 spells.
Yeah.
But that might not matter in a couple rounds
All right, Zendala is going to concentrate again. And let's move her out of being in line with Genji.
Towards the middle, or where?
Yeah. Okay.
It's half removed.
And so you guys again feel the breath become heavy as your lungs start to function again, and you see the panic strugglings of Valkyr cease. And that's the end of her turn. Glass.
Oh boy.
Bless you.
Thank you.
He's heating up.
I got the hobbits!
I have 18 hit points, just right now.
Yeah, I have no spell slots.
Okay.
Awesome.
Good. It means I'm not attacking. I'm the only guy doing damage in this guy right now.
She moves up 10 feet, and she points at the shark thing and goes, Dex 14 saving throw.
Okay. Fails.
Sweet.
7 points of damage.
Oh yeah.
That's her turn.
Okay. Yeah, he's looking awfully rough. So Genji, one of your attacks should have been an advantage due to the guiding bolt. We didn't adjudicate that, so we'll go ahead and roll that to the next round.
Okay.
Bronson.
Bronson, so he's within 5 feet of that front door, right? You can kick it in, give it a test with his foot, see if it...
Yeah, give
If it
me an
goes in.
athletics check.
Oh! 10? 10.
Yeah, I mean it's been underwater for a while.
So it goes...
Your foot just, it kind of sogs. Your foot just like going through sog while it's
You kick it and the door slowly floats inward.
Yeah.
So he's looking in there for one to see if there's a air pocket in the ceiling, and just what he sees in there.
Perception check.
Okay.
Smart.
Oh, come on!
That was
It went
fair.
28, and it landed on 8, which is a 13.
13. So yes, you actually do see the second floor looks to be dry.
Yeah, because if it was intact as it came down, it would have kept that air pocket. So as best he can yell at this distance, he's going to go, "Lads, you can breathe in the house where the magic field is," and he's going to swim up and into the pocket.
So as you cross the barrier, your water breathing disappears.
Sure.
But you're able to make
into
it
the second
up
floor.
into and
Yeah.
your lungs breathe air as they were originally intentioned.
Yeah, he's going to blow
you're-
some snot rockets.
You're inside the building, so go ahead and remove as many from the table.
Oh, fun.
And you're doing like but
Yeah.
like your bushy eyebrows are so wet, and you're still getting shit in your eyes.
Scrubbing himself off.
Yeah.
And what does he see from getting in there and looking down into this forge?
Um,
Looking for a rusty dagger.
So you see various and sundry weapons and weapon racks on the inside, and then
Bronson's in heaven.
raw materials.
Sees all these weapons and he's like, "Oh yeah."
You see a lot of raw materials in there that were like ingots that were never cast or hammered out.
Okay. I suppose that's all he can do on his turn, probably, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
And this is round 11 that we're currently on. So Sharknado.
Of course, we were going to eventually start calling him that.
Sharknado is going to take a page out of Chung Lee's book and takes a small pill, crumples it up in his hand, and throws it in Frank Dukes' face.
All right, let me know when you're done rolling. This can be added after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome. So what's the roll?
I'm going to continue rolling it.
Okay.
No deck save.
Is it that one? It's all the best.
Yes, that's so good.
I'll post it in the group.
8.
Oh no, I've not seen that one. It's terrible.
33 hit points worth of sleep.
Oh, I'm out.
Genji goes to sleep.
There's no saving throw?
No. The spell sends creatures into magical slumber. Roll 5d8. The total is how many hit points the creatures this spell can affect. Creatures within a 20 feet point of you choose within range are affected in the ascending order of their current hit points.
Yeah, so it's just most to least, and it just works. That's bad.
Can you sleep?
Mm-hmm.
You're still blessed though.
Blessedly sleeping.
Okay. So that's the end of his turn. Genji is asleep. Valkyr's turn.
Yeah.
Hanging out in them ferns.
Fern Gully.
Valkyr's going to descend 10 feet, so 5, 10, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
30 feet away. And you guys, huh? I think that's the way to go.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Valkyr's gonna reach into his component pouch and pull out some sand and rose petals, but the sand actually turns into mud, so it's like muddy rose petals. Flings it in the air towards
Slowly
towards
tumbles.
the sharktopus, and he's gonna cast sleep. So it does. Let's see,
5d8.
98 at level 3.
Okay.
That's great. guess there's no advantage of this, huh?
26, 38, 42, 48.
48, it is asleep.
Yeah!
In this rain of mud and roses.
Somebody go wake up Genji.
That,
But not the shark.
That's his. That's Valkyr's turn.
Okay. Jotun.
I am going to.
Oh, as an incidental, sorry, Valkyr's gonna yell.
I'm gonna hold magic missile level 2 until the shark wakes up, and then cast it on him.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'm just gonna move towards the door. Swim.
So holding a spell means you cast it.
Yeah.
You're burning it to cast it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll use the spell slot.
Okay.
But I rolled a 22 to swim. So,
To move.
Swimmy swam.
so that's my level 2.
You're using it upside down.
Don't you tell him how to live his life?
She said.
I feel sorry for her then.
Yeah.
Using the handle of the vibrator. Like,
Popping them in like quarters into a jukebox.
Quit rubbing your ass up.
There's a lot of ways that could have gone there all day.
This is good for you because I'm not.
It's like craft scissoring. With the wavy ones.
Okay, alright.
Alright. Zendala is out of level 4s. Yeah. She's gonna maintain concentration and move closer to Glass.
Okay. 5 feet or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because yeah.
Alright.
Glass.
Yep. Claus is gonna go 5-10 feet, half her movement on the ocean floor.
She's gonna point at the shark thing and go and cast Sacred Flame at it. Automatically fails dex save. Hits for 12 points of damage.
Okay. And it is awake.
so then his thing goes off, right?
Yep.
So I did want to ask, I was thinking about this earlier, if I could have put a kind of a condition on it where, like, I'm going to cast all my missiles at the shark unless Genji's still asleep, and then I would cast one on him. We're past that by this point, but I was wondering if that would be too much to...
Well,
do that.
can you choose multiple targets with magic
Yeah, you
missile?
can.
Then you could.
Yeah, but you choose that when you cast it, right? Not like.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, so
And the
you
only
choose
thing
it
that
right now.
is difficult about that is you can't say if or. You can just say when. So you can't say when the shark wakes up or if this happens. You could just choose one thing. Otherwise, you could say any number of
So you would say
Yeah,
when the shark wakes up, I'll fire 1 at Genji,
Yeah.
2 at the shark.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it.
Look at the order
well,
of combat that before you make your decision.
But I would cast magic missile when the shark wakes up, and then I could still decide what
Yeah,
to
you're-
cast.
Oh.
You're pulling the trigger. So
Yeah.
do you want 1 at Genji, 2
Yes.
at him? Okay. So roll the 1 at Genji first.
Okay.
What
one
did
Genji.
Thankfully,
One is one.
Yay!
2
Puts
points
him in
of
the butt.
damage.
Yeah, basically. And then 6 to the shark.
Okay.
So 18 damage on the shark that round. It's not bad.
And it was already bloody.
But at least you're like.
Yeah, he's looking pretty fucking rough. All right. That's a shame it doesn't go any further past bloodied. I'll have to go in and play with that.
Yeah, you can set different levels, tiers.
All right. right, top of round 12, Brano-san.
Bronson's gonna and dive in and start investigating this shit for anything useful. See what's going on in this house.
Yeah. All right. So as you go in and do this, now you have lungs full of air
For days.
So you have rounds equal to your. You fucking kidding me? Do your goddamn expense reports. Sorry.
So I've got my.
You get the
constitution.
delinquent notice, and it's just like it's your money. You're just throwing it away. Although mine I haven't done for like the last 2 quarters.
That's besides the
But I have a real job.
con modifier rounds, right? 3 rounds.
No. It's your con score.
Okay.
Plus 1.
So I have 17 minutes. Or rounds.
17 rounds.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just backstroking around the place. Looking for stuff. But yeah, he's investigating the forge for first of all skeletons or anything. Well, yeah, but I can't get over there for 5 rounds. Right? I can go over there, but yeah. Investigating.
I'm not
this place.
metaing you.
Okay, investigation check, please.
Maybe I'm meta-shaming you.
Damn it. Oh yeah. So that's gonna
Alright,
be
Kool-Aid
a
Man.
19. Oh yeah.
So looking around, you see a collection of, upon closer inspection, there's a collection of ingots that are in different phases of being tempered and being worked. You see some that are hammered out, others that are starting to be shaped, and others that are being sharpened.
Okay.
Mostly it's blades with the tang that are in the way, but you see other tools that are also being forged.
Okay.
Different types of nails and things like that
Okay.
along the ingots as well.
So I'm gonna grab a handful of everything I consider to be a dagger
Okay.
and stuff it in my pack.
Daggers.
Cool.
Okay.
And then I'll use my movement to start heading over to my friends, and probably just get to the door, ish.
Yeah.
Whatever that allows as far as the interior of this. Cool. That's it.
So his turn.
Oh, bonus action regain hit points. I'm gonna do second wind. You don't have to wait for it. I gotta figure out the dice. Do you have a D10?
Yep.
Nice. Getting 11 back.
I was trying to think about all these questions. Like, can you drink a potion underwater? Or
I mean, if you take it and like,
Gotta be fast.
you know.
So he's gonna make 2 bite attacks at Genji.
Oh, no.
At advantage, please stand him up.
Advantage, and I am. No, don't stand me. I'll stand the other guy.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
At advantage, and I'm not raging anymore. So I'm conscious.
Wow.
Again, you're
Cutting,
welcome, everybody.
Before knowing the
Check
result, but
different
after the roll, cutting words on the first attack. It's
Okay.
his last usage of it.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll.
5.
So that takes a 26 down to a 21.
Shit.
I had to try.
Had to do
That's
it.
all I could do.
Yep. Had to do something.
Fuck.
It's alright, man.
Oh man, that would
I
be
just
nice.
spent this entire session just getting a crack kicked out of me. Nothing like a whole other turn.
So that is 12 points of piercing damage.
Still alive.
For one more hit, and then you're gonna put me under it. This next one.
And that's fine, because I'll just heal you up.
You said you didn't have any more spell slots.
I
Neil.
got potions for days, baby.
We got a lot of potions.
We will.
Yeah, look, can we talk about your 4 potions that you've been hoarding?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I tried to share them earlier. Nobody wanted them.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
consider the
okay.
cleric wanting all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, then the second attack. It is a unnatural 20.
Damn. I'll show you that one.
Yeah.
And Genji is now unconscious.
Wait, yeah, we did that wrong. Keep doing it wrong. He's supposed to tell us the number, but not whether it hits or doesn't, and then we can choose whether to do it. But you just said let's do it regardless, and then he said, 26 down to 21.
Yeah, but that's bardic inspiration though. Cutting words reads differently. Cutting words is You can do so after the roll, but before knowing the result. What does that mean?
Before you know whether it hits or misses.
It doesn't say on Bardic Inspiration. It specifically says after seeing the roll. You see the roll on Bardic Inspiration. The way that reads is this can be added after
because
seeing the roll.
cutting words is used in reaction to something that a DM does.
Right.
A Bardic Inspiration is leveraged by a PC based upon their own personal roll.
Yeah.
That's
So
why
I don't know
you're
what it
seeing it before I adjudicate on this. I make a roll, and before you guys know what the outcome of that roll is, you choose whether or not you're going to cut the words in.
Yeah. And so I need to expend on one. We had a 50-50 chance of it if one of his.
Genji, I need a death saving throw, please.
Yeah, you're allowed to know the die roll before using cutting words. Not knowing would be a huge nerf to the ability. First comment on the thread in Reddit.
Some random guy on Reddit says that you should. Okay. So that's a 1 in the positive for Genji.
Awesome.
Volker's turn.
Volker is going to swim to the bottom of the floor next to Glaz, seeing his best friend Genji, who he adores greatly, being on the ground, hurt badly, is going to cast. Where is it at?
Crisscross applesauce.
No, he's going to cast frostbite at the shark. Make a Constitution saving throw. 16.
Okay.
Did you make it?
I did. Half damage.
On a failed save, the target takes 1d6 cold damage. 4.
Cold as ice.
And has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll it makes before the end of his next turn.
Okay.
Lead rules designer of Dungeons and Dragons, Jeremy Crawford, says you use cutting words after seeing the roll, just before any of the effects are resolved.
It's half because he's saved. He only gets, no matter how many d6, because he gets more d6 every time he levels up. But on a failed Dave,
A failed Dave?
On a failed
Dave is only Dave.
Failed saving throw.
Look at you,
that's
failed
1d6.
Dave.
Okay.
Make a Daving throw.
So it's good turn. That's Valkyr's action, and then he can't do anything bonus actions. He's done.
Okay. Jotun.
Let's see, I'm gonna use my last level 2 slot for magic missile.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just keep pounding away.
I don't know why they worded it differently. It's the same.
So if that's what we're playing going forward, I'll use
Yeah.
it correctly. Or Dave.
I'll call out the number.
It's 11 damage.
11 damage. The Naga is not doing well.
And I'm gonna swim down.
Would you say is Naga
Not gonna be living much longer.
Don't be in a straight line. Don't be in a straight line. Done?
Yep.
Up to Zan. That sounds like Louis Gossett Jr. from Enemy Mine.
Zendala is going to cast invisibility on Genji, seeing that the shark's eyes have rolled back into that predator attack. So you're now invisible.
And blessed.
And she's gonna call out, "Sugar, you better go to the stadium. That thing looks like it wants to eat him. Like a bunch of biscuits."
Like biscuits and gravy.
Okay. Glasbaline.
Yep. Glasbean's gonna go.
Maybe she's born with it.
Maybe it's Glasbaline.
That's pretty great. She's going forward 10 feet, and she is going to cast Sacred Flame.
Okay.
DC 14 Dex save.
Dex, that's a 12, I miss.
8 points of damage.
He is fucking close.
And she's going to go ahead and action surge.
Okay.
She's going to do it again. DC 14 dex saving throw.
Okay. Makes it.
Oh, doesn't take half. It's just nothing.
I think with the Sacred Flame it's none.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing on that second. So those are action.
Top of.
She is going to. Okay, 1 second.
Okay.
No, she can't do that. Okay. Yeah, that's. And then she yells at the shark. Look at me, a fucking fish. What?
Fuck me, you fucking fish. That's what I got out of that.
Close enough.
Okay. All right. Bronson. You're at the door.
Bronson's slowly walking across the ocean floor as far as he can get to them. He goes, I got some daggers. Let's kill the shark. And walking his way over slowly but surely. Yep.
Okay.
Action to dash or anything? That's probably as far as I get, huh?
Yeah, you can do athletics check.
9.
You do not.
Okay.
Make it 10's the DC to be able to
that's his
swim
turn.
fast. All right. So barely standing. The shark makes its last level 4 and moves 1 over diagonal this way
And just fries everyone.
to line up. Well, he can't get Genji and the other two, so he's going to focus on the other two. Literally, you guys are barely off for doing that. That would have been not good.
So what's he hitting?
Lightning Bolt, you and Valkyr.
Okay.
Oh.
Dex saving throw?
Yes, sir. DC of 14.
Glass rolls a 15.
Okay.
Valkyr rolls an 11 plus.
Is he blessed?
3 is 14.
Okay.
Yes, he is blessed. Oh, plus he has a +2.
Blessed AF.
14, 15, 16.
Okay. So you guys take half of this about to come down. Nice. Shit. Rolling like a little girl over here. Don't even know what that means.
Nice. Yeah.
Stop. Get on the calculator.
51 points of lightning damage. Cast at a 5th level.
26 for both of us.
Yeah.
Glass has 6 hit points. Valkyr has 2. We're still alive!
Mostly conscious.
It's all good, Genji. We got you, man. You did your job. You did your job.
I got far away, man. When I went over there and then he teleported away, it would have taken me until now to get back to him.
No way. It's 2 turns. You would have been there by now.
No.
Yes, you would.
I took 2 turns to get
Genji,
from there to
death
the
saving
ground.
throw?
No way.
Come on, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20.
Nope, it's a fail. What do I add? A con bonus?
Say again?
Do I add my con bonus to that?
No.
No.
Fail 1-1.
It's just 1 to 10 or
1 and 1, right?
20. Yeah.
1 fail, 1 save.
That's a 3.
Yeah. But had he been in line, Genji would be dead.
Auto fail.
Right now. Wow.
Well, because you would have done 2.
Oh, 51 points of damage. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's just.
All right, Valkyr.
Yeah, Volker.
I am bleeding.
Yes. Volker's not feeling good.
Perfect.
At all right now, but is gonna go.
Just hold it in the intestines.
What's this?
Is that a piece of Bronson?
That's a piece of bronze then.
Yeah.
He already moved, right?
Yeah.
No, he can go 15. I don't know that a 15-foot cube gets to him.
Those squares are wrong anyway.
Is he on? He's in this square right here,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so he does get to him.
Well, I mean,
It's a 15-foot cube, so 5, 10, 15. And
Yeah.
it doesn't hit Genji. So,
is he thunder waving?
Thunder Wave.
Oh yeah, for once it's the
And
right
so
choice.
he pulls his loot off of his back, and he looks at his friend Genji.
Just in a whisper.
And he casts Thunder Wave, DC 16 con save.
That's a fail. It was a natural 4.
17 points of damage.
Yes.
And it's pushed 10 feet away.
When all you needed was 1.
That's great. Your 8 damage and then the subsequent miss is heartbreak.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 9.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
So he's down. Fade to black. So this guy is dead.
Dunsky. Very nice.
And
We're harvesting him. We're taking all the parts.
Are we out of
off.
initiative?
Yeah.
Glaz immediately runs over to Valkyr. Not Valkyr, sorry, Genji.
Insult to injury.
Goes somewhere else and goes, Valkyr, are you okay?
You're 2 hit points.
Spares the dying on him, and she says, Valkyr, get this fucking ass over here and heal him. And so Valkyr walks up reluctantly and puts his lips on Genji's lips. Of course, and casts Cure Wounds at 3rd level.
Whispers I am Valkyr into his mouth.
Yeah.
That's 13.
Cast Careless Whisper.
24 points of healing damage from Valkyr at level 3.
Healing. You take 24 healing damage.
You're gonna heal or you're gonna
And then Valkyr also, yeah, so that's, yeah.
I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm.
Fuck.
And
That was
that's
a lot.
where we're going to end tonight.
Oh,
That's a good one.
Oh.
That was a lot.
All right. So in summation, what happened this evening? An orgy, drowning, some type of autoerotic asphyxiation with chum and waters following people choking. So what we ended up having, the party was immediately ambushed by some type of a fey troll and 2 centaurs. They were able to be reinforced by a hunting party of Eladrin elves. The Eladrin elves forced the conflict into a surrendering from our adventuring band. They were bound and hooded and brought to we'll say the autumnal fortress of Zenfis, the Lord of the Harvest, in a town called Mithrinde.
Lord of the Harvest.
And
It's the worst.
he made an impression on the party. I'm sure I'm going to get some legal calls.
Rightfully so.
In an area where life is just beginning or life is beginning to end as spring and autumn came together within the Autumn Court, you had a very interesting interaction. We saw that Chaz Waggleshaft has been captured by some type of fairy that he bedded on the prime material plane and said that he loved her. She challenged him on it. He said, "No, baby, I promise." And he is now betrothed in marriage to a fae and is trapped. We found that Vando's brother Rando from a previous campaign is searching for the economic uplift of Fey imbued items here in the Feywild and has somehow gained access. So there's a person of knowledge to be able to say where way gates might be. You guys met a very interesting tiefling named Malasar, who had discovered that there were some Eladrin druids that during the spell plague, while they were in their wild form, were cast out into Faerun. So there may be a collection of animals that are out there that are actually Eladrin elves. And so she's doing some kind of a rite to bring her cat back into the prime-material plane.
So weird.
You've had Fulgar Alebottom, who was the chronicler that Zinphis likes to force him to get nude and embarrass him in front of people. Mordecai, the chef from Valaki in Barovia.
Impossible.
Had made his way here and brought with him some of the Wizard of the Wine's Purple Grape Mash number 3.
Had to make a comeback.
It's a great life. So really do appreciate you guys joining us. We are in stage 1 of the quest to create the Ward of Everfrost. And somehow some of these ingots are going to get turned into a dagger. And hopefully aged and rusted. So we shall see you guys next week. I guess next session. And we should be rejoined by Valkyr at this time. We hope that he drives home safe, fornicate you as well. And appreciate it. So good night.
Bye guys. Thanks for tuning in.
So Clue's there.
We're not muted yet.